Hello. Welcome back to Almighty Blues FC, a fan channel for all to see. और yes, और हमेशा भाई पता नहीं यार, इट्स अ कोइंसिडेंस अवार्ड यार, लास्ट 3-4 सीरीज में जब भी आ रहा हूँ कुछ ब्रेकिंग न्यूज हो रहा है. दैट इज व्हाट द ट्रांसफर विंडो ब्रिंग्स यू. और यस, आप देख सकते हो भाई, डेडलाइन डे इज हियर. सो डेडलाइन डे में हमें काफी सारे डिस्कस करने हैं. यस, बाय द वे, क्विक शाउट आउट है, वी आर प्लानिंग टू गो आल्सो लाइव ऑन ऑलमाइटी स्पोर्ट्स प्लस मिडनाइट. So right at midnight, at the stroke of midnight, in India, we will be doing that. Bhai, this is for everyone. As always, it's a fan channel for all to see. So that is going to be a proper deadline hour wala. लेकिन ये वाला भाई काफी सारा चीज हुआ डेडलाइन डे में. So we'll be discussing across clubs and we'll be joined hopefully with Guruji as well as with Michael, in course of time. लेकिन ये हो सकता है लंबा स्ट्रीम हो, depending upon ईच क्लब का ट्रांसफर्स, एंड विल बी गोइंग क्लब बाय क्लब. रेट करेंगे, आप लोग भी रेट करेंगे मेरे साथ. और सब लोग भाई लाइक ठोक दीजिए. सबसे पहले तो रेट तो करेंगे, लेकिन पहले लाइक ठोक दीजिए और सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना अगर इफ यू आर न्यू. एंड यहाँ पर क्विक शाउट आउट, यस, ब्रेकिंग न्यूज में आएंगे एब्सोल्युटली. चलो, मानव ने काफी सारा इन्फॉर्मेशन दिया है. मानव, थैंक्स अ लॉट. अगेन मैं स्टार कर रहा हूँ एंड आई एम कमिंग टू इट वंस वी टॉक अबाउट मैन सिटी एज वेल. वही है भाई दरेन, क्या ही मैं बोलूं. बट ऑब्वियसली हम शुरू करने वाले चेल्सी के साथ, काइंड ऑफ बारसा के साथ भी, एंड देन विल कम टू अदर क्लब्स. दैट्स व्हाट द प्लान इज. स्पीकिंग ऑफ ट्रांसफर्स, यार, दिव्यांशु बारसा फैन इन द हाउस. Yes, absolutely, 100%. Or again, I'll come back to the comments in detail. Best transfer window. Okay, interesting. They're बहुत interesting. I know striker situation है थोड़ा, लेकिन let's see. मतलब they are, in terms of money, by value for money, they've probably done the best. वाओ. ये दोनों शायरी लगता है, लेकिन नहीं, लेट्स गो विद दैट. या स्पीकिंग अबाउट डिपाई, लेकिन देखते हैं भाई क्या होता है. मतलब आई नो दैट हम ज़हा के साथ लिंक थे, लेकिन ज़हा लुक्स लाइक इज नॉट कमिंग. सो लेट्स सी. आई होप. मैंने तो काफी बार बोला भाई, ओनली प्रॉब्लम इज व्हाई इन द nth मोमेंट. इज इट लाइक हमें कोई मिला नहीं अपने फर्स्ट सेकंड थर्ड टारगेट्स, एंड दैट इज व्हाई वी आर गोइंग फॉर डिपाई. इज इट अ केस ऑफ साउल अगेन, बेसिकली, as in coming to Chelsea, not that Saul is a bad player, लेकिन जो हुआ था लास्ट ईयर सबको याद है. ओबा पुलिस एक डुओ. देखते हैं भाई, विल टॉक अबाउट इट. काफी देर हो गया उसके लिए. आई डोंट थिंक दे आर दैट प्लेयर जो थे एक समय, बट अगेन एनीवे, लेट्स होप दैट दे गेट बैक टू द बेस्ट. अरे, वी हैव Mikhail in the house. Mikhail, great to actually see you. And then Mikhail, in case you're free, send me a DM. It'll be great to have you, even if it's for a few minutes. Absolutely, will be great to hear Mikhail as well. And एनी कंटेंट क्रिएटर, आज कोई भी कंटेंट क्रिएटर कोई आएगा ना चैट में, भाई सब लोग मुझे डीएम करिए, यहीं पर बोलिए मैं फ्री हूँ. I'll get them on for just a few minutes to just kind of share उनका क्लब का experience absolutely in terms of transfer into Ali Gaming the house. And yes, let's get to 50 likes quickly. We'll have at least 50 people, hopefully 150 people in the next hour or so. Levin, if you had a chance, who would you go for, Alvarez or Sangare? चलो भाई, चेल्सी के शुरू कर देते हैं. We'll just start. हसीब एंड अंशुल को भी बिग अप एब्सोल्युटली. देखिए, एक चीज मैं बोलूंगा यार, ब्रेकिंग न्यूज हुआ है, बट इज इट रियली ब्रेकिंग न्यूज? बिकॉज इट्स द वैल्यू फॉर मनी जो है ओबामेयांग का, इट वेंट ऑन चेंजिंग. इनिशियली Barca were not happy with 20 million euros. Then they were not happy with first 15 million euros. Then they were not happy with 20 million euros. फिर एक न्यूज आया आज, ऑल ऑफ अ सडन, यस, बाय द वे, पोर ओबामेयांग भाई, उनका जॉ हैज बीन ब्रोकन. सो मे बी वी हैव टेकन एडवांटेज ऑफ दैट, लेकिन नॉट एडवांटेज. द फैक्ट दैट ही इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी अवेलेबल पहले 5 वीक्स के लिए, दैट इज आल्सो अ फैक्टर. नो, लेट्स बी रियल अबाउट इट. और ही इज 33 ईयर ओल्ड. लेकिन फिर आया न्यूज 10 मिलियन प्लस अलोंसो. फिर आया 12 मिलियन प्लस अलोंसो. और फाइनली भाई हो गया है 14 मिलियन यूरोस, एंड अलोंसो लुक्स लाइक इट. तो मैं यहाँ पे शेयर करने वाला हूँ. एंड यस, विल कम टू एवरी ट्रांसफर. डोंट गेट मी रॉन्ग, आई गेट एवरी क्लब कवर्ड यहाँ पर. और हम डिस्कस करने वाले, रेट करने वाले एवरी ट्रांसफर, एवरी क्लब. सो प्लीज होल्ड ऑन. आई विल स्टार्ट द कमेंट्स एज मच एज पॉसिबल. आज अगेन नॉट 100% फिट, लेकिन वही है, मतलब आई हैड टू कम यार, डेडलाइन डे. यू नो व्हाट, एक मैं क्विकली बता दो. आई नो वी गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट ओबामेयांग एंड बार्सिलोना एंड चेल्सी अभी के लिए, लेकिन डेडलाइन डे ऐसा है ना, मैं एक शेयर करना चाहूंगा आप लोग के सबके साथ. और ये दिस इज नॉट, मतलब डोंट ट्राई दिस एट होम. इतना ही बोल सकता हूँ सब लोग. फॉर मी, आई हैव अ स्टोरी टू टेल. मैं काफी, मतलब अगेन, आई हैव बीन वर्किंग, मतलब बहुत सालों से, राइट. और उसमें whenever it came to deadline day, for whatever reason, पता नहीं वो, always भाई, whether it be it my engineering days or be it in my basically work days, I didn't have एक पागलपंती वाला एक फैन नहीं था मेरे, in close circle in terms of basically at work. तो मैं क्या करता था ना, मतलब वी कुडंट इवन डिस्कस डील्स एटसेट्रा और डेडलाइन डे, तो मैं छुट्टी ले लेता था। आई रिमेंबर डेज व्हेन, और मैं आई नो माय पास्ट एम्प्लॉयर्स अभी देख रहे होंगे तो पता नहीं यार, सॉरी, लेकिन कम ऑन, मैं आई यूज्ड टू अप्लाई फॉर अ लीव, और आई यूज्ड टू से बेसिकली आई एम अनवेल एंड आई यूज्ड टू गो होम, क्योंकि यार शाम होती है डेडलाइन डे पे, हमें पता है इंडिया में व्हाट हैपेंस, एंड नॉट जस्ट इंडिया, व्हेनेवर आई वाज अब्रॉड एज वेल, तब भी मुझे हमेशा ये था कि भाई डेडलाइन डे है, मैं लिटरली छुट्टी लेता था, और आई यूज्ड टू वॉच, आई बी ऑनेस्ट, मतलब वीपीएन से कनेक्ट करके बेसिकली व्हाटएवर, कैसे ना कैसे आई यूज्ड टू वॉच लाइव डेडलाइन मिनट बाय मिनट, और वही करता था। और यहाँ आई एम एब्सोल्युटली ग्लैड दैट भाई दूसरी बार मैं कवर कर रहा हूँ डेडलाइन डे, आई कैन नॉट इवन बिलीव इट, और दैट इज ड्रीम्स आर मेड ऑफ। अगेन थैंक्स टू यू ऑल एवरीवन। तो यहाँ पर एक थोड़ा सा स्टोरी था जस्ट टू काइंड ऑफ शेयर विद यू। अच्छा, ये बेसिकली यार पीपल कैन कनेक्ट मी ऑन फेसबुक, मेरा फेसबुक लिंक इज ऑलवेज देयर इन डिस्क्रिप्शन, फील फ्री टू, और आपको पता लग जाएगा। बेसिकली आई एम एन इंजीनियर who worked as a software engineer for a couple of years, and I moved into software recruitment and so on so forth. Then I became a manager and stuff like that. लेकिन again आप चेक करिए। लेकिन coming to without boring people, भाई Chelsea and Barcelona have finally reached an agreement in principle for Pierre Emerick Aubameyang, 14 million fee plus Marcus Alonso. तो Marcus Alonso भाई adios भाई, all the best, wish you all the best. I genuinely believe by Marcus Alonso in Barcelona will be a factor. आपका एक प्लान भी मिल गया है बार्सिलोना फैंस, आई एम टेलिंग यू, ही इज अ गुड प्लेयर ऑन हिज जे। हाँ, डिफेंसिवली बहुत वीक है, बट आई बिलीव जो बार्सिलोना ओवरऑल साइनिंग्स की है, I think it'll be a good balance overall in my opinion. Aubameyang is expected to fly to London in the upcoming hours once details are resolved. ये भी नहीं, और I think David Ornstein ने भी कंफर्म किया, तो this is 100% done. No to be the word. Again सब लोग यहाँ रेट करेंगे भाई, आज के दिन में रेट करेंगे ट्रांसफर्स। तो आप लोग बोलिए द फैक्ट दैट वी वर एबल टू रेड्यूस, हाँ आप बोलोगे फ्रॉम 30 million euros to 14 million euros, but I would not say so much because Alonso I rate him around 10 million euros, just to let you know. और मुझे लग रहा है भाई, मतलब वी हैव गॉट हिम ऑन अ चीप, आर्ग्यूबली ऑन अ चीप। यहाँ पे देखिए डेविड ऑस्टिन ने भी किया है दैट ही हैज बीन ऑथराइज्ड टू ट्रैवल टू लंदन, एंड इट्स अ 2+1 year डील। नाउ ये एक इंटरेस्टिंग पॉइंट है, डू यू थिंक दैट इट्स अ 2+1 year डील इज वर्थ इट? Is it worth it considering जो होंगे उनके wages? अब wages पर we have not spoken yet, but let's see, we'll get some details as time goes by. लेकिन the fact that first 5 weeks के लिए available नहीं होंगे, and again are we getting another attacker? I know Depay links have come, लेकिन think about it अभी, I think I'm okay, मतलब अगर नहीं भी आए ना एक और अटैक, I'm still about okay, just about, हाँ मैंने चेंज किया माइंड फ्रॉम yesterday to today, लेकिन वही आप देखिए, if we are going 4-3-3, और मैं 4-3-3 क्यों बोल रहा हूँ, बिकॉज वी आर कमिंग टू अल्वारेज। यस गौरव और बहुत लोग पूछे मुझे अल्वारेज के बारे में, आई एम कमिंग टू अल्वारेज एज वेल। लेकिन द रीजन आई एम सेइंग 4-3-3 के लिए इनफ है, बिकॉज इमेजिन स्ट्राइकर में आई डोंट वांट ब्रोया टू गो, तो ब्रोया अपना यंग स्ट्राइकर है, ओबामेयांग अपना एक्सपीरियंस स्ट्राइकर है, तो वी हैव टू प्रॉपर स्ट्राइकर्स। हैवर्ट्स वहां खेल सकते हैं, स्टर्लिंग वहां खेल सकते हैं, जस्ट इफ नीड बी। देन लेफ्ट फॉरवर्ड में, लेफ्ट विंग में वी हैव स्टर्लिंग और पुलिसिक, राइट फॉरवर्ड में, राइट विंग में आई होप, बाय द वे Ziyech डज नॉट गो। सब लोग डू रेट Aubameyang टू चेल्सी इन टर्म्स ऑफ फिटमेंट, भाई मैं बोलता हूँ फॉर द टाइमिंग इट इज सो बिकॉज ऑफ द इंजरी, क्योंकि जॉब ब्रेक हो गया एंड ऑल दैट, वो थोड़ा मेंटली विल ही बी रेडी, आई डोंट नो इमीडिएटली, एटलीस्ट फॉर द फर्स्ट कपल ऑफ मंथ्स। लेकिन ही हैज लिव्ड इन लंदन, ही नोज EPL एंड ऑल दैट, सो आई एम स्टिल सेइंग दैट इट्स नॉट टू बैड, सो इसलिए इन द लॉन्ग रन आई एम सेइंग दैट इट्स माइटी। लॉन्ग रन व्हेन आई से 1 or 2 years मतलब मैक्सिमम। अच्छा, राइट फॉरवर्ड अपने Ziyech है, Ziyech टू स्पर्स, आई बिलीव, आई होप इट्स वीक, द स्टोरी इज वीक। भाई स्पर्स के पास इतने सारे वाइट प्लेयर्स हैं, आप क्यों छोड़ रहे हो चेल्सी? क्योंकि आपको चाहिए फर्स्ट टीम फुटबॉल। आपको सच में लगता है Ziyech कि आपको फर्स्ट टीम फुटबॉल मिलेगा विद कुलुसेव्स्की बीइंग देयर? रियली यू थिंक सो? नो वे, नो वे, आई कैन गारंटी यू। ठीक है, तो Ziyech होपफुली स्टेज, और वो डिफरेंट एलिमेंट लाते हैं, नॉट एग्जैक्ट आइडियल प्लेयर लाइक मारेज। मैं चाहता था इनिशियली जब Ziyech हमने लिया था, लेकिन अगेन Ziyech he can do it on his day. Last year against Tottenham दिखाया था फॉर एग्जांपल। तो Ziyech as well as Havertz can kind of play there, or you have basically 6 proper forwards, and not just that, I think if I'm not wrong, मैं Mount को भी बोल रहा हूँ, Mount can play there, लेकिन 4-3-3 में Mount will play like a number 8 just like Gallagher। तो आप लोग बोलिए हाउ डू यू थिंक इन टर्म्स ऑफ द फिटमेंट वहां पर, इन टर्म्स ऑफ चेल्सी टीम? ओबा योर वी गो, बिल्कुल CFC ब्लूज वही हम दिखा रहे हैं, बात कर रहे हैं इतनी देर से, थैंक यू अगेन, यस एब्सोल्युटली ओके। फुटबॉल क्लिक्स बोल रहे हैं, आई थिंक वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट मैन सिटी, वी नीडेड अ विंगर टू, अदरवाइज एवरीथिंग वाज गुड, ओके फेयर इनफ। डू यू थिंक अराइवल ऑफ ओबा विल अफेक्ट सिचुएशन ऑफ ब्रोया? it'll definitely affect 100%. अभी कैंप ऑफ ब्रोया सडन से उठ जाएगी और एवर्टन कॉल करेगी भाई ब्रोया आ जाओ, लेकिन एवर्टन भाई दे हैव टेकन नील मोपे, सो आई डोंट थिंक वहां पर ब्रोया जाएंगे. इट इज टू लेट इन माय ओपिनियन एंड ब्रोया माइट जस्ट स्टे अप अंटिल द जनवरी एटलीस्ट. तब देखेंगे क्या होता है. You need a DM more than a forward, no second thought. The midfield ceased to exist versus Southampton. Exactly. Especially अगर हमें खेलना है to the strengths of the forward line, we need a DM. 100% माना, 100% agree. Especially a DM who passes as well. Who passes well. That is the exact DM हमें चाहिए. जो physical DM है वो passes. I know it's a very very difficult ask आज के दिन में market में, but I would still go for him. And that DM, people आप लोग बोलिए 50 million euros for Edson Alvarez. मतलब why? मैंने काफी बार स्ट्रीम में बोला है दैट आई एक्चुअली हैव रेकमेंडेड इन द पास्ट. आपको याद है तो इन द बेसिकली कब जुलाई में था, जुलाई में हम रोज करते थे ट्रांसफर स्ट्रीम, उसमें मैंने बोला था मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड को जाना चाहिए एडसन अल्वारेज एंड नॉट लिसांड्रो मार्टिनेज एट द टाइम. आपको आप लोग को याद है तो, क्योंकि आई थॉट मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड रिक्वायर अ डीएम मोर देन समवन हु कैन जस्ट प्ले लाइक अ डीएम, यू नो. लेकिन अगेन आई माइट बी प्रूवन रॉन्ग, लेकिन एडसन अल्वारेज इज अ गुड प्लेयर. अब एडसन अल्वारेज का आल्सो बाय द वे इवन ही कैन प्ले सेंटर बैक, जस्ट टू लेट यू नो. Yes, he's a Mexican international, 24-year-old है, और he plays for Ajax. Again, Ajax have lost people left, right, center. अब Edson Alvarez to Chelsea भाई सब लोग रेट कर लिए. What do you think the probability? As per the reports, मुझे लग रहा है the reports आ रहे हैं भाई उन्होंने भी ट्रेनिंग नहीं किया है. Just like basically, you know, the other couple of players जो recently थे, Anthony and the likes. तो might be he'll leave and he'll come to Chelsea because मैं क्यों बोल रहा हूँ, मैं सुनिए. आई थिंक इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग एलडीवीजी का हो गया है डेडलाइन ऑलरेडी, करेक्ट? इट वाज August 31st मिडनाइट. तो वहां पर आई थिंक they don't have any other option, so they might not want to sell. लेकिन the fact is, you know, हम लास्ट में पैसे देंगे और ले लेंगे absolutely. और I still feel that basically we need to overpay for Edson Alvarez, but the fact that he's coming और Gilmour is going to Brighton looks like for on a permanent basis, अब फीस पता नहीं कितना है. What do you reckon वहां पर थोड़ा सा dissatisfied हूं मैं with Gilmour not getting chances even before, you know, letting him go in this season. तो थोड़ा सा मुझे लग रहा है, लेकिन again आप लोग बोलिए what do you think? Edson Alvarez, he's ever present in the Ajax midfield, I have to say, और वो बहुत अच्छे प्लेयर है. By the way, Douglas Luiz को क्यों नहीं टारगेट करी थी चेल्सी, पता नहीं. He could have been a very good choice as well in my opinion. लेकिन Douglas Luiz, in my opinion, he's not like a quick passer, you know what I mean. तो he's great on set pieces, by the way. I like him on set pieces, और he knows the Premier League. So it could have been a cheaper option, लेकिन again is he that level in terms of quick passing जो हमें elevate करती है to the next level? Ajax, you know, had that quick passing thing going on, तो हो सकता है that's why we are going. Plus the fact that Edson Alvarez can play center half, वो भी है थोड़ा. और इब्राहिम संगारे क्या बोलोगे PSV से? मतलब again Ibrahim Sangare is really a little bit more raw compared to Edson Alvarez, so I would go with Edson Alvarez as well. Okay, yes, Rene, I'm starting a comment again. Thanks for coming on again, भाई सब लोग. I hope you have liked the stream, by the way. Let's see, no Alvarez coming, आदेश बोल रहे हैं. देखते हैं भाई. अरे डेरेन भाई, thanks a lot डेरेन, thanks for the super chat. भैया, does Ziyech think he can start over Kulusevski? exactly man, मतलब वो पता नहीं कहां से आ रहा है. It's simple that Antonio Conte is working his magic, looks like it. और पैरिटी आप कैसे भी बोल सकते हो, मतलब for whatever reason Ziyech, yes, अभी भी स्टोरी जा रहे हैं. I really want a left footer in that, you know, front three, जो basically, you know, can play on the wing, और वो है Ziyech आपके. Especially, by the way, Kennedy is going to Real Valladolid. I know he wasn't even considered, लेकिन I'm just saying out there. But then again, shout out आपको भाई, member of Almighty Blues FC and always supporting both the channels. Thanks a lot, much love, bro. Okay, your dad says, Ankit sir, I have conversation friends, they say Salah is overrated, but since 2017, Salah is better player than Neymar, Hazard, maybe after Messi, he's the best winger during this period. Okay, so during this period, I don't disagree at all. I would say that basically, Neymar, Salah, Hazard, तीनों ही मैं ब्रैकेट में डालूंगा. Probably most consistent has been Salah, I have to say that, or in all the competitions, so Salah के लिए मैं जा सकता हूँ during this period among those three. लेकिन मैं इतना बोलूंगा ना, जो बेसिकली इम्पैक्ट हजार्ड ने किया चेल्सी, आई डोंट थिंक द अदर टू डिड टू द रेस्पेक्टिव टीम्स. आप देखिए, मतलब वी रिप्लेस हजार्ड विद पुलिसिक, और पुलिसिक भाई गायब है. दैट्स व्हाट द थिंग इज. प्राइम हजार्ड भाई, मतलब आई वुड टेक अ प्राइम हजार्ड एंड प्राइम नेमार ओवर प्राइम साला, लेकिन ओवरऑल इन टर्म्स ऑफ कंसिस्टेंसी, इन टर्म्स ऑफ गोल्स, इन टर्म्स ऑफ क्वालिटी, भाई डेफिनेटली साला में जा रहा हूं ओवर दैट पीरियड. 100% agreed there. Okay, just get Edson Alvarez, press resistant, can't be over and good on the ball, and great when used with the ball carrier like Auba. Exactly. Exactly, that is the thing. Again, मैं ये भी बोलूंगा मानव, like people don't expect him to be like a Rodri. Let me put it that way. He's not like a Rodri. He's not that level in terms of quality. Lekin he can be. He's still 24. Why not? He can be under Tuchel. So again, मैंने काफी बार ट्वीट किया, मैंने बोला है that we needed a Declan Rice. He's ideal player हमारे लिए. Maybe we needed even Germany, one of them. लेकिन वो बहुत ही एक्सपेंसिव थे. मतलब मे बी 1.5 टाइम्स होते चौमनी और डबल होते भाई इन टर्म्स ऑफ राइस. तो ऐसा मिल रहे तो ले आओ भाई. लेकिन मिडफील्ड में अभी काफी सारे प्लेयर्स होने वाले, तो मे बी दैट मे ओपन अप अ मूव फॉर कॉर्नर गैलेगर ऑन लोन, व्हिच आई डोंट वांट. आई होप सो नॉट इन द नेक्स्ट फ्यू आवर्स. एंड बाय द वे, कुछ भी अगर अपडेट आता तो आप भी बोलिए भाई. मैंने भी बार बार आज ऐसा थे ना, बार बार रिफ्रेश करते रहो भाई. आपका फेब्रिशियो रोमानो, डेविड ऑनस्टीन, जेरार्ड रोमेरो, व्हाट इज से, डी मार्जियो, सब लोग को आप करते रहो, रिफ्रेश मत करते रहो, यही है. लेकिन हाँ, हमें भी करते रहो एब्सोल्युटली, और लाइक भी करिए. आई एम नॉट श्योर कंसीडरिंग इट्स टू लेट. वही है, मतलब ओनली कैच बीइंग दैट जो एरिडीवीसी का खत्म हो गया विंडो, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग. But CFC Blues has just confirmed Ajax bought the DM yesterday. Exactly. So the thing is now, matlab, if they throw money, if Chelsea throws money, they can just go for it. They can just go for it. I don't think there's a plan B. I know थोड़ा difficult होगा, थोड़ा extra money देना पड़ेगा, लेकिन the fact that मतलब Edson Alvarez अगर आ ही नहीं रहे ट्रेनिंग में, I don't think there's point of keeping him if you're getting 50 million for Edson Alvarez. And anyway, Auba, here we go. बिल्कुल, that's brilliant. And yes, Aubameyang to Chelsea, absolutely. By the way, we are coming to other news as well. PSG offers 70 million for Skriniar. Wow. Any Inter fans in the house? आप लोग बोलिए यार, Skriniar 70 million. Wow, pura summer you were hesitant, and now suddenly these stories are coming. Chelsea being hesitant towards Depay, now PSG being interested in Skriniar again. Wow, let's see. Luiz is great central midfielder, not a CDM. Yeah, exactly. मतलब he can play in a double pivot. Put it that way. He can play in a double pivot जो हम खेलते आ रहे. But again, the fact is I think वो job कर पाएंगे अगर आते तो. Worst case में अगर Edson Alvarez नहीं आते ना. By the way, Douglas Luiz has been basically linked strongly with Arsenal. I have to say. यहाँ पर बिपरा पूछ रहे थे मुझे Arsenal. Yes, you can argue that you need a DM, लेकिन again Douglas Luiz, does he start? मतलब would Douglas Luiz start for Arsenal? आप लोग बोलिए. For me, आज के दिन में I don't think so. I think Xhaka जिस तरह शुरू किए season, I think probably Xhaka and Partey probably start. तो Douglas Luiz will not start. आपको अगर चाहिए DM, आपको अपग्रेड करना पड़ेगा. You already have a Lokonga, Elneny, you have people. So I think I was looking at someone upgrading over Xhaka. मतलब I don't know if you agree or not, Arsenal fans. Aubameyang to Chelsea and Alonso to Barca. Here we go. बिल्कुल. Luiz to Arsenal. Yes. Ajax signed DM from Hoffenheim yesterday. Absolutely. Thanks again, Anshul, as well. Yes, please like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, 14 million plus Marcus Alonso. Yes, वो हमने cover कर लिया already. Sangare और Alvarez, again I am going for Alvarez because of वो मतलब थोड़ा ज्यादा रॉ लग रहे हैं मुझे Sangare versus Alvarez. लेकिन maybe in long term you can argue that Sangare probably has a higher ceiling. अभी maybe for the timing अभी हमें चाहिए the one who is absolutely ready. So again, I'm just looking at the refreshing the tweets again, and yes, people, I'll be covering everything. Don't worry about it. Have some patience. Thanks a lot. लेकिन हाँ, ये भी हो गया है. चलो एक और बार दिखा देते हैं for people who are joined late. In case आपने मिस कर दिया, before you go to other clubs and other transfers as well, of course, Chelsea के बारे में और भी बात करेंगे once Guruji joins. लेकिन we'll have a Liverpool fan in the house as well, hopefully. That's Michael. But anyway, यहाँ पर देखिए, Pierre Aubameyang to Chelsea and Marcus Alonso to Barca. Here we go, full agreement completed. 14 million to Barcelona. Aubameyang will fly to London around 5 p.m. That's around 10:30 p.m. Indian time for people who don't know. 9:30 p.m. Or 2-year deal plus one option. वो one more option वाला थोड़ा सा मुझे खटक रहा है, लेकिन anyway, it's okay, man. मतलब it's okay. Let's see. It depends on how he does. Alonso in Spain to undergo medical and sign 3-year deal. भाई कैसे लग रहे हैं भाई जर्सी में Alonso और Aubameyang? By the way, Arsenal fans, how do you feel about Aubameyang? I know Bipra is in the chat. How do you feel about Aubameyang? Please let me know. And yes, people, again, let me know the fitment. Almighty, mighty, so how is it? Okay. Okay, I think Michael is here. So let's get in Michael. And yes, I'll come to the comments quickly, people. Hey, bro, 1 second. Let me just put on the earphones. Just give me a second. And yes, people, in case you've not checked out Michael Talk Football, please do. Big shout out to Michael. I know he's busy, but still got time to come on. So, Michael, how you been?
There we go. I don't really know, to be honest. Yesterday's performance was bad, and then what we signed today.
You still won. You still won. Klopp did his trick. You know that.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, you know what? I'm happy. I'm going to Rome actually in a couple of weeks to go watch the Europa League game. So all is good. Yeah, I'm going to go see my Finnish team away. So that's going to be an experience.
Nice. And by the way, of course, Michael, for people who don't know, of course, he knows his football end to end, but obviously he's a Liverpool fan. That's why we're talking about that for now. But Aubameyang to Chelsea, and of course, man, Arthur to Liverpool, man, from Matheus Nunes to Arthur. What's your feel about that? I know that we both follow Serie A. I know that Arthur has not been that player he once was. But quick reaction
Arthur?
on Arthur. On loan, I know, but yeah, but still,
I don't.
He won't start, does he?
I don't. He has to start, in my opinion. I don't know what else to really say, because we don't have anybody else. We have Curtis Jones and Henderson. That's like, if that's our options, we're screwed. So Arthur has to start, in my opinion. But this transfer just screams panic buy. That's why he's on loan.
No, that's it is a panic buy, but again, it's a loan, so I don't think
it's poor planning from our perspective again.
Okay, but you know what? It's a loan after all, right? So if in case, say, best case scenario is he does really well in the first couple of months, and by the time you have all your midfielders ready, that's what probably is the reason why you have him, right?
Oh, exactly. But Ankit, you know what the problem is? He's also injury prone. So we're just gonna.
A lot injury prone. In fact, like, it's not even a bit. He's like actually a lot injury prone. I know that
exactly. So he's just gonna go on the medical table with Naby Keita and Curtis Jones, just being injury prone. I mean, okay, if we can get 20 games out of him and they're good performances, it's a good loan spell. But this just reminds me of Kabak. Reminds me of Saul going to Chelsea. I don't know. It does not
exactly. I just called it in the beginning of the stream that basically, deadline day deals, some of them kind of come off. I know that some of them, like 2017 for us was great, but I think you've had a couple of them in the past. But again, Saul was exactly that we did on loan, and it definitely shouts of that. But I know, my man Michael definitely follows a lot of that Dutch football, Ajax team as well, just like me. So, man, Edson Alvarez, man, what's your reaction on that? Edson Alvarez to Chelsea, if it happens, it's too late. I know Arsenal. I think, Eredivisie window is closed, right? If I'm not wrong. I think it's Michael is breaking, but no worries.
Am I cutting off a little bit? It should be better now.
Yeah, a little bit later. Now you're fine.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so the Eredivisie transfer window closed yesterday. So Ajax are just in a tricky situation. And apparently he didn't show up to training today. So he's definitely forcing the move to Chelsea. If you sign Edson Alvarez, I think that would be a brilliant signing. You need some physicality in that midfield. You really do. You compare. Then that allows, Jorginho is okay, but he cannot be the lone six. If you had Edson Alvarez, then you can get the best out of Jorginho and whatever the other midfielders you have. Okay, maybe not Conor Gallagher because he's not the greatest, but I think it would be a brilliant move. I think that's exactly what you need in the midfield. Physicality and help with the defense, because the last 3 games you've been completely dominated in the midfield, except for Leicester. I didn't watch the Leicester game because it was on at the same time as Liverpool, but I think it would be a brilliant signing. What is the transfer fee? 40 million?
50 million euros, I believe.
My God. Again, Ajax is brilliant business.
That's the Chelsea tax and the Premier League tax, plus the Eredivisie transfer window being shut. It's quite obvious. Yeah. But apparently they have signed a DM from Hoffenheim. I wasn't aware. The chat has helped me understand that Ajax has actually signed a name. Yeah. Again, I'll try and track it if anyone can give me the name and who that player is. Because if that player is good to start for Ajax, then why not? That's the only thing. And 50 million, come on, no one's going to pay 50 million for Edson Alvarez, correct?
Yeah, and I think Ajax are going to face the same situation as with Anthony, where he forces the move, didn't show up to training. So now it's down to Ajax to see what happens. Ankit, I'll join in a second. I gotta go home. All right, I'll be joining back.
Perfect, bro. I'll see you soon. And yes, people, again, shout out to Michael Talks Football again. People are busy, man. It's deadline day, but again, deadline day में सब लोग भाई attention हो जाते हैं भाई. We are talking, and that's the thing, मैं कल ही स्ट्रीम किया था, लाइव स्ट्रीम, और चेल्सी के रिएक्शन किया था इन टर्म्स ऑफ द मैच, इन टर्म्स ऑफ जो सीजन रहा है अभी तक, इन टर्म्स ऑफ परफॉर्मेंस, और मैं इतना लो था, इतना रैंट वैंट किया, जो भी किया भाई, डेडलाइन डे में 2 ट्रांसफर्स होते हैं भाई, मूड चेंज हो जाता है. दैट इज व्हाई वी लव ट्रांसफर्स, नथिंग अगेंस्ट इट. मैं ये भी बोलता हूँ ट्रांसफर्स को हम ज्यादा हाइप करते हैं एज फैंस, लेकिन दैट इज व्हाट आई ऑलवेज डू मैन. मतलब मैं हमेशा बोला भाई, आप भी बहुत लोग करते होंगे, व्हेनेवर थोड़ा भी फ्री टाइम होता है ना, मन में बनाते रहते हो भाई नेक्स्ट मैच में 11 क्या होगा, चेल्सी का, मिलान का, ये मैं सोचते रहता हूँ बस, सिंपल एज दैट. लेकिन अगेन ओबामयांग में इतना कन्विक्शन नहीं रहा. बार्सिलोना मेक्स 5 चांसेस देन ही स्कोर्स, चेल्सी इतना चांसेस बनाएगी. निखिल वही है, अगर हमें एक प्रॉपर डीएम मिले ना तो हम चांसेस बनाएंगे, सिंपल एज दैट. तो अगर हम प्रॉपर डीएम के साथ खेले, आई एम स्टिल सेइंग अगेन एंड अगेन अगेन, मैं बोल रहा हूँ भाई, दैट विल अलाउ अस टू प्ले 4-3-3, जो टूकल का प्रिफर्ड फॉर्मेशन रहा है इन 2 ऑफ द 3 क्लब दैट ही प्लेड. तो व्हाई नॉट गो फॉर दैट, सिंपल एज दैट. और प्लस अगर जिएच रहते हैं तो ही कैन बी अ वाइड मैन इन 4-3-3 एंड यू लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में यू हैव स्टर्लिंग. तो दोनों अलग एलिमेंट्स है. तो और वहां पर क्या है, मेसन माउंट as much as he's not like a passer from number 6, लेकिन same as Gallagher, लेकिन वो एक हार्ड ड्रिल शॉट मारते हैं टू ईदर विंग फ्रॉम नंबर 8 पोजीशन. आप देखिए बहुत बार किया है, टॉक अबाउट चैंपियंस लीग फाइनल, दैट इज एन एग्जांपल फॉर यू. तो वी हैव दैट काइंड ऑफ पासिंग इन अस, एंड ऑफ कोर्स कोवाचिच इज अ कैरियर एज वेल. तो वहां पर इट विल बी ब्रिलियंट. तो जस्ट थिंक अबाउट इट. आई बिलीव दैट ओबामयांग को मिलेंगे चांसेस काफी. अगेन आप अगर देखोगे, हमारा XG was very high for the last 2 seasons. It's just that we didn't convert chances. I think वो ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम है compared to creating chances. दोनों ही प्रॉब्लम है, लेकिन अगेन यार कहीं से तो शुरुआत करनी पड़ेगी. इसलिए जो अवेलेबल है मार्केट में वो ओबामयांग है, someone who Tuchel knows and going for him. अभी देखते हैं if Depay is able to come or not. वो मेरे ख्याल से सरप्लस होगा in my opinion. Again being a Dutch fan मैं बोल रहा हूँ. बार्सिलोना okay. Wow, Marcelo to Leicester. ओ माय गॉड फरहान, इज इट ट्रू? सोर्स बताइए यार, मैं अगेन वहां पे देखने वाला हूँ भाई. ये आज ना क्रेजीनेस, दैट इज व्हाई वी से क्रेजी विंडो है यार. इट्स क्रेजी विंडो, और स्पेशली डेडलाइन में तो होता ही है. बट टॉकिंग अबाउट बार्सिलोना क्विकली, वेल अगेन बिफोर दैट ये पूछा व्हाई नॉट इब्राहिम संगारे. वेल इब्राहिम संगारे इज प्रोबेबली इन द लॉन्गर रन ज्यादा बेटर एथलीट फॉर मी, लेकिन आज के दिन में someone who's more tested, someone who's more proven, basically consistently ज्यादा, in my opinion is basically Sangare. तो सॉरी अल्वारेज. तो हम जा रहे हैं अल्वारेज के साथ अभी के लिए. और प्लस जैसे मैंने बोला पहले, if you missed Andy in the beginning part of the stream, Alvarez can also play center half in worst case, right? That's also a plus point, and he's physical आज के दिन में, but Sangare might build into something great. I think Ajax will not let Alvarez to leave this window. It is very unlikely to happen as they can't sign any more players. So even if he stops training, Alvarez won't be allowed to leave. Wow, interesting term. We still need one. Okay, Michael. So he kind of travels between Finland and US, but he mainly he lives in Europe. So that's what it is. Tanmay, लेकिन again, like everyone is invited on the channel. और yes, again, भाई shout out जाता है for every content creator who's there in the chat right now. If you can come on, it'll be brilliant. I know Guruji is going to join maybe in a few minutes as well. Chelsea promising a contract extension to Reece and Mount. It will be interesting if they especially Reece will not sign an extension. I think they will sign. Alvarez, please बोल रहे R9. Interesting that. Very interesting. Okay, Michael has come. Michael, if you can just switch on the camera for me, bro, in the backstage once. Yeah, perfect. Manav is here. Yes, Manav, as Manav says, everyone let's get in the likes and get in all your comments, and we'll be taking that one by one, and we'll get Michael back. Michael, hey bro. So yeah, we were just talking about why not Ibrahim Sangare. Ibrahim Sangare of PSV is also good, but has he proven enough, Michael, for you compared to an Alvarez?
I would say they're both very good players. I mean, Sangare performed well at the AFCON with Ivory Coast, so I think PSV are in the situation where they're not willing to sell their 2 superstars in Sangare and Gakpo. It seems like I think they're waiting till next summer to sell them both. So, I mean, look, I think Alvarez is a really good player. I think that'll be a perfect signing for Chelsea, but it still does not. You still need some creativity in that midfield. Where's the creativity going to come from, Ankit? Aubameyang is going to face the same problem as Lukaku. Thumbs up and point. Because he wants the ball played into a certain direction, but the players won't play it. He's going to face the same problems as Lukaku, isn't he?
We got to change the system, bro. We got to change the system. The fact is, Ankit, we don't have a
but you know, Tuchel's not going to change the system. He's going to keep being stubborn.
He's been trying.
He's been trying, but it's clearly not working, and the players don't seem to want to either.
No, but that's the thing, right? See, so we had Koulibaly getting a red card in one game. Okay, so that was a discontinuity. Then Kukurea is obviously very new to the system as well, the way he's playing the system. Plus the fact that in midfield, if you realize that we've had again Gallagher out for one game, and then again we've had so many injuries, Kovacic, Kante. So I think once the players are back, again I know it's ifs and buts, but the fact is Tuchel, the fact that he's starting with the four at the back at times, and that tells me that he has a proper as an ambition to kind of go that way, what he used to do in Dortmund, what he used to do basically at PSG at times. Because the missing part for him is he's been trying to play Jorginho, thinking that Jorginho is a passer, and the fact that Jorginho plays with Koulibaly, he's played in the past, right? So that is the reason he's playing. But the moment we get the DM, Jorginho is not going to start, right? And that'll basically free up basically Gallagher, for instance, and Kovacic. I think Kovacic is a ball carrier. Mount can be as in he had that hard pass, a shot that he takes, that he just passes to the diagonal. But for me, the guy who can actually play better in a 4-3-3 is Ziyech. I think Ziyech, I hope he doesn't go to Spurs. What do you think? Why is he going to Spurs, if at all?
I didn't know that. Damn. Why would he go? Why would he go there? Okay, well, I don't know why he would go there. He's just going to do the same thing.
He's there, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what perspective would Ziyech go there. But don't you feel, Ankit, that Aubameyang is going to face the same problems as Lukaku?
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
But it improves
what's the point of getting rid of Lukaku then? And what was the purpose of buying him then? It's just a complete mess for you guys.
I agree with you 100%. I agree. See, Lukaku was a problem off the pitch. There were massive problems off the pitch. So we had to replace him eventually. Probably Tuchel wanted the right person, and I probably Nkunku and people like that, Rafael, Leao, people who can kind of play wide forwards are the people that he wanted, because they can switch, positions. But for me, Aubameyang, he trusts Aubameyang, Aubameyang trusts Tuchel. And I know that he's had a broken jaw. Still, we are kind of paying 40 million plus, giving Marcus Alonso. I believe that it might just improve the fact that Sterling now will probably be utilized much more. So in the last few matches, Sterling has been a number 9. Imagine that, because Havertz has really been.
Yeah, and he's been performing very well, Sterling. Very, very well.
He's been performing well,
but
exactly.
If that's going to be your main attacker, you're in for a long season, Ankit. I'm sorry. Sterling cannot be your main guy. Look, like, he's a good player, but he's not clinical enough, right?
Yeah.
Do you expect him to get 20 to 25 goals? That could happen, but I don't know. It just seems
scoring, Michael. I'll take 15 league goals any day. Trust me.
Terrible
when it comes to attackers.
Trust me, I would rather my team go in a 1-0 lead in a match for once. Liverpool. It's now been 8 out of the last 9 games. Liverpool have gone 1-0 down. Every game is just intense.
Just coming back to it also, like, I would like to point out, see, as in we've got so many new signings as well, like in defense.
Of course, yeah. Right? It takes a while to blend in the chemistry.
Yeah, so I genuinely believe that Tuchel is trying to work out something, and I'm still with Tuchel. I'm like, okay, fine. As in, who was available, Michael? Who was available? Probably Ronaldo, I would say.
Yeah,
no. Should have gone, but again, he doesn't fit the Tuchel system, right?
But then also, Ankit, Tuchel looks very stressed out. I mean, he looks super stressed. I think he's going to be the happiest that this transfer window is over, because I think he has to deal with those sort of signings as well, kind of recruitment. So, oh boy, I bet he's the happiest this is over. But I got to head out.
Okay,
Thanks for having me on, buddy.
Always, bro. And I'm long. Right. I'm long live. So in case you're coming back, you're welcome as well. Okay.
All right.
Perfect.
Peace.
Okay. So big shout out to Michael again. But Ankit Bhaiya, would you accept Memphis at Chelsea? You know what? Like Michael pointed out the thing, and yes, again, I know that the talks are around Chelsea and Liverpool for now. But again, Michael was here, so we'll just complete that point quickly before moving on to other transfer stories and clubs. So यहाँ पर देखिए, Memphis जो है ना, Memphis again, he's a wide forward. He's more like a in the Werner element, जो basically physically ज़्यादा stronger है. So in my opinion, Memphis I will 100% take. लेकिन problem यही है ना. अब Memphis आने के बाद what is the future of a Pulisic? Because Memphis is more like a wideish left forward. वहाँ पर clearly Sterling is going to start. अगर Aubameyang starts. So Aubameyang starts, Sterling starts, and maybe I would say I would actually start Ziyech, but I know that Tuchel start करेंगे Havertz को. ये मेरे starting front three होंगे. आप लोग सब बताइए who will be the starting front three for Chelsea, and I would play Mount basically just behind them, or basically in the number 8 position. That is my thing, because हमें चाहिए people who can take shots here, and Ziyech and Mount are probably them. That's the only reason. Not at the current form Mount, but once he gets back to form मैं बोल रहा हूँ. लेकिन 8 hours left, Depay and Alvarez, that's all I want. Well, भाई मुझे चाहिए एक DM यार, come on R9, we need a DM. I still believe that DM can make us, that flexible that we need. Anyway, wow, interesting. Next year Lukaku will come because Inter won't buy him. Wow, that's interesting, man. Well, imagine. I hope he does not come. Alonso leaving doesn't feel good, to be honest, even though everyone wanted him out. Want to miss his free kick and goal against Spurs. Bilkul. At some point, I didn't want him to go. By Barcelona fans, आप लोग बताइए, what do Barcelona fans feel about Alonso? And yes, I just saw that as well. Mikhail is, I don't think, very, very impressed there. But anyway, let's get to 100 likes. People, come on. We're not there. 100 likes. Come on. I think we have a target in place as always. So let's get 5.5 subscribers. Jaldi se kar lijiye sab log, and we have at least 150 likes that we're going for. So let's go with that, people. I hope everyone do. And again, यहाँ पर let's see क्या बोल रहे हैं आप. My table predictions already, भाई ट्रांसफर विंडो खत्म होने दीजिए. We'll definitely come to that as well. लेकिन interesting that 5th Chelsea, but even after Aubameyang and imagine if Edson Alvarez आ जाए, और remember Fofana कल हुआ था, even after that, and yes, transfers don't win you games. आपका इंटेंट जीतता है, आपका बेसिकली फॉर्मेशन जीतता है, ना आपका टैक्टिक्स जीतता है, एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स, लिटिल बिट ऑफ लक, ऑल दोस थिंग्स. लेकिन फिर भी won't you say that आज के दिन में Liverpool got a lucky win? Let's be honest, they were not good last night. लेकिन again वही है, luck favors the brave. तो you can argue that it's between Liverpool and Chelsea, that 4th spot really. अरे विभोर शर्मा कैसे हो भाई? विभोर शर्मा, मच लव ब्रो. अगेन शाउट आउट है भाई विभोर शर्मा भाई. ही इज अ एविड गेमर भाई, काफी अच्छा गेम करते हैं, नॉट जस्ट दैट, ही नोज हिज फुटबॉल स्टफ एज वेल. भाई विभोर देखते बात करते हैं. आई नो दैट थिंग्स हैव बीन पेंडिंग, बट we'll get there absolutely भाई. शाउट आउट है आपको. हैवर्ट्स आफ्टर ओबाम, ये प्रॉब्लम होने वाली, इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, आई वुड प्ले अ 4-3-3 में भाई. हैवर्ट्स नंबर 8 भी खेल सकते हैं, प्रोवाइडेड वी गेट अ प्रॉपर डीएम. is Tuchel brave enough to play Havertz as a number 8? मैं खेलूंगा, मैं वापस से बोल रहा हूँ साई. Aubameyang left side, Sterling right side, I would play Ziyech. Yes, you heard me right, क्योंकि 4-3-3 में he's the best, and in a number 8 position, Havertz and Mount, or maybe Mount and Kovacic, or maybe Havertz and Kovacic. That is what I would say, with Gallagher, Loftus-Cheek, etc. being options of the bench. और अपने DM में you have Edson Alvarez, substitute में Jorginho. That's what मैं बोलूंगा. कांटे obviously है, मतलब इतने सारे players है, तो will Chelsea get rid of Pulisic in the end because of इतने सारे players? I don't know. मतलब लग रहा है भाई, अगर by chance Depay आते हैं तो Pulisic तो जा रहे हैं. That's what मुझे gut feel आ रही है, लेकिन बहुत लेट है ट्रांसफर विंडो में, I know. Okay, सारांश बोल रहे हैं Osimhen, Nkunku, Isaac not available now. Vlahovic, these are strikers I believe can fit in the Chelsea system. What do I want? Osimhen to Chelsea. सारांश, Osimhen to Chelsea हो सकता है next season. Who knows? भाई agent Koulibaly hopefully gets next season. हो सकता है Chelsea, that's why I'm going for Aubameyang now. और next season हमें पता है we can go for an Osimhen. I know बाकी clubs भी जाएंगे. If he does well, depends on कैसे रहता है, उनका इंजरी के बाद आ रहे हैं, तो I don't know. Let's see. And of course, what about Nkunku or Rafael Leao? Rafael Leao, by the way, there is reports 100 million euros का bid reject हुआ आज. I don't know if it's true, लेकिन there were reports for sure. Okay, for me it's Sterling, Auba, Havertz, okay, Kova, Edson, Alvarez, and Kuku. Okay, Koulibaly, Silva, Fofana. Again, assuming that Edson Alvarez is coming, which is difficult अभी, लेकिन let's see. What would be the role of वही मैंने ले लिया है क्वेश्चन. अगेन लुकिंग फ्रेश, व्हाट्स द सीक्रेट? अरे कुछ नहीं है भाई, नहाया हो आज. और जैसे मैंने बोला था, देखिए when Chelsea lose ना, ऑटोमेटिकली थोड़ा लो हो जाता है यार, वो ऑटोमेटिकली है. चेल्सी, मिलान नॉट डूइंग वेल. मिलान तो इतने सारे सीजन से अच्छा नहीं कर रही थी, फाइनली की अच्छा. लेकिन वही है, जब मेरी टीम हारती है, भी इंडियन टीम, भी क्रिकेट एंड फुटबॉल, वो भी है. लेकिन अभी यार डेडलाइन डे में जो होता है ना, ट्रांसफर आते हैं, तो भाई थोड़ा सा हो जाता है मोरल. Thanks Clifford, much love to you as well. Again, do not forget to like, share, subscribe also to our second channel. It is called Almighty Sports Plus. The link is always in the description below in the first 3 lines. Do find it out, and it'll be great to have some feedback as well, always. And देखते हैं भाई. और I know I am sticking on भाई, कर लेते हैं थोड़ा सा बात इसके बारे में. I hope to God that Arthur does not happen. He's not the player we need. Should be going for Jude Bellingham over any. भाई it has happened. It has happened. Let me tell you, Arthur is coming to Liverpool. It's already happened. मैंने डाला है, this is a done deal. ठीक है, लेकिन लोन पे है. That's the best part. So maybe just like Chelsea next season देख रही है for a better striker. इसलिए मे बी वी आर गोइंग फॉर ओबामियांग राइट नाउ. लेकिन हाँ, हमने तो 2+1 ईयर का डील दिया है, तो वी आर स्टिल वांटिंग ओबामियांग टू बी इन द स्क्वाड. आप लोग देख रहे हैं आर्थर टू जस्ट बी अ प्लेयर टेम्पररी फॉर फ्यू मंथ्स. वो ये इन माय ओपिनियन डजंट मेक सेंस. सच में बोलता हूं मैं. आई नो माइकल डिड मेंशन दैट आर्थर स्टार्ट्स टुडे इन लिवरपूल, लेकिन in my opinion when everyone is fit he doesn't start, period. आपको चाहिए था एक अच्छा प्लेयर who is better than Henderson week in week out in basically the Premier League. हाँ, in terms of skill he is much better than Henderson, no two ways about it. लेकिन क्या किया भाई रिसेंटली में, आप देखिए. दैट इज द होल पॉइंट आई एम ट्राइंग टू मेक. Chelsea should go for Rafael from the start of the market rather than waiting for deadline day. हमने इंक्वायर किया था. इफ यू रिमेंबर देयर वाज अ स्टोरी हमने कवर किया था दैट टॉड बॉली मेट द एजेंट ऑफ राफेल लियाओ व्हिच इज बेसिकली सेम एज रोनाल्डो. ठीक है, तो जॉर्ज मेंडेस के साथ बात किया था, लेकिन वही आई डोंट थिंक देयर वाज अ प्राइस उस समय. मिलान दे आर नॉट गॉट मेनी प्लेयर्स. आई थिंक चार्ल्स डी केटलेयर भी नहीं आए थे उस समय, काफी लोग नहीं आए थे, और जिएच की बात चल ही रही थी. तो वी डिडंट काइंड ऑफ गो फॉर्मल बिड नहीं डाला. लेकिन हाँ, 150 million is a lot of money, in my opinion. If Leao comes, he'll definitely play as a number 9. I don't think so. He's more like he's best. He's best taking people on. He's more like a मैं कैसे बोलूं यार, Will Zaha, who is basically much more skillful, in my opinion, and who has a much higher ceiling, in my opinion. Who can play center forward, लेकिन he's more like a left forward really. अरे we literally are the best. Very very surprising. Yes, Mudit भाई, shout out है आपको. लेकिन भाई Bayern had one of the best transfer windows this time. Barcelona only मैं डाला हूँ because the reason being that considering the situation फिर भी इतना कर लिया यार, imagine. लेकिन बाकी PSG midfield crazy. और हम आने वाले उस पर क्लब बाय क्लब भी डिस्कस करेंगे विद गुरुजी एज वेल. अभी आइजैक वुड हैव बीन परफेक्ट फिट फॉर अस, सिल्की प्लस क्रिटिकल. वेल डेरिन, देखिए भाई, मे बी आप इन स्ट्रेंज में मैं बोल सकता हूँ आइजैक इज लाइक अ यंगिश ओबामियांग अगेन. आप अगर देखे हो ओबामियांग राइट फ्रॉम द सेंट एटियन डेज, मुझे याद है ही वाज एक्चुअली दैट काइंड ऑफ अ प्लेयर. ठीक है, और देन ही इज ग्रोन इनटू लाइक अ प्रॉपर सेंटर फॉरवर्ड रियली. एंड इवन इन डॉर्टमंड डेज भाई, इवन विद लेवेंडोव्स्की वो खेलते थे ऑफ द लेफ्ट. तो ही इज दैट काइंड ऑफ अ प्लेयर, पेसी, हु काइंड ऑफ मेक्स दैट स्पेस, मेक्स द रन्स बिहाइंड. वो है वैसे, और इवन इन टर्म्स ऑफ बिल्ड वैसे थे. लेकिन वो ये हमें लग रहा है कि वी माइट एक्चुअली गो फॉर समवन मोर एज एन, होता है ना एक प्रॉपर सेंटर फॉरवर्ड नेक्स्ट सीजन. और इस सीजन में द टैक्टिक ऑफ टॉड बर्ली एंड टूकल, जैसे मैं बोलते आ रहा हूँ, इज द फैक्ट दैट हम जा रहे हैं या तो एक एक्सपीरियंस स्ट्राइकर फ्रॉम एल्सवेयर अदर लीग्स, या तो एक प्रूवन प्रीमियर लीग स्ट्राइकर. अच्छा, बारसा की थोड़े से बात कर लेते हैं अभी. अलोंसो, टू बी ऑनेस्ट, इज नॉट एन अपग्रेड ओवर अल्बा, but his wages are less, and since Balde will be the first choice, so well, it's okay, no issues. And Javi system wants offensive fullback, so Alonso fits the system. हाँ, वही रीजन है दिव्यांशु. देखिए भाई, अलोंसो आपको एक डायरेक्ट गोल थ्रेट दे रहे. हाँ, डेफिनेटली डिफेंसिवली वीक है, लेकिन आपका जो डिफेंस है अपग्रेड हुआ है. Let's be honest, with Kunde coming in, with Christensen coming in, and Eric Garcia being better than last year already. और Araujo, आप तो जानते हो यार, Araujo for me is one of the best center backs in Europe in terms of youngsters. तो इन माय ओपिनियन बारसा का जो डिफेंस है बेटर हुआ है. प्रॉब्लम इज आपका राइट फ्लैंक, जहां पर आप बोल रहे हो ना, यू माइट जस्ट कंटिन्यू प्लेइंग विद बेसिकली सूडो थ्री द बैक, वेयर बेसिकली डेम्बेले और व्हाट यू से रफीना खेलेंगे राइट विंग में. वहां पर थोड़ा सा इश्यू है, क्योंकि अगर अलोंसो खेलेंगे ना, देन यू कैन नॉट अफोर्ड दैट इज द ओनली इश्यू. तो आपको चाहिए एक राइट बैक. लेकिन आप लोग बोलिए भाई, Bellerin is actually going to be happening, और यहाँ पर मैं शेयर करने वाला हूँ. And again, people do not forget to like the stream, or yes, I'm coming to your club as well, and other news as well. काफी news है, तो we'll be coming one by one. I am live for a good couple of hours अभी के लिए. तो ये देखिए भाई Bellerin का. तो what do you think? मतलब rate this transfer. मैं बोलता हूँ it's weak in terms of fitment. Hector Bellerin काफी has experience, I understand that, and Spanish international भी रहे, लेकिन in my opinion it's one step back. The fact that Sergio Dest, yes, he's not a starter, लेकिन मिलान गए, और ये भी मैं काफी सरप्राइज हूँ यार. Sergio Dest मिलान क्यों गए? Will he start in Milan? No, in my opinion नहीं. I think Calabria और Florenzi आज के दिन में are better in that Milan system. Sergio Dest is not that good defensively, जो मिलान को चाहिए in right back, because उनके left back है Theo Hernandez. So that is my tactical explanation of Sergio Dest fitment to Milan being a little bit weak. लेकिन अगेन एज अ मिलान सपोर्टर मतलब आई वुड टेक दैट बिकॉज सर्जिनो डेस्ट हैज अ पोटेंशियल और उनके शायद बाय ऑप्शन 20 मिलियन यूरोस व्हिच इज नॉट टू बैड कंसीडरिंग हिज एज. लेकिन हेक्टर बेलेरिन भाई आई डोंट थिंक सो वहां पर अपग्रेड है, मतलब ही विल नॉट स्टार्ट फॉर मी. You will just continue with that. और इसलिए Alonso will also not start. He will be a backup. Because you cannot afford by Dembele on the right wing as well as basically Alonso on the left wing. वो बहुत ज्यादा हो जाएगा attacking, in my opinion. Okay, will we actually sign Alvarez or is it too good to be true? By NS Sports TV, Nippon, big up, bro. I believe that it is possible, but it is not impossible. It is possible. That's all I'm saying. अभी के लिए let's stick there. I know that there are good few hours left and by the way shout out again for Almighty Sports Plus because we are live there as well. लेकिन मेरे को वही लग रहा है ना that if basically Alvarez comes, he'll come for basically 50 plus million euros. So it's too much money for Alvarez. Honestly, he's not your Rodri. He's not that. Let's be honest. ठीक है, लेकिन at the same time he upgrades basically what we have in a Jorginho and a proper DM. At least for the time being करेगा. Maybe in the long run as well. He's young. He's 24. तो हो सकता है. और अगेन एरिडिविजी का हो गया है ट्रांसफर विंडो, बट स्टिल आई वुड से दैट दे माइट गेट टेम्प्टेड बाय 50 प्लस मिलियन एंड दे आर गोइंग टू बी अर्निंग 350 मिलियन आउट ऑफ 5 प्लेयर्स एंड दोस 5 प्लेयर्स सब लोग बताइए अगर मैं आई एम रॉन्ग. आई थिंक इन द लास्ट 2-3 ट्रांसफर विंडोज उन्होंने बेचा है डिलिक्ट, नॉट 2-3-4 ट्रांसफर विंडोज, डिलिक्ट, देन हु एल्स, एंटनी, देन लिसांड्रो मार्टिनेज, अभी एडसन अल्वारेज अगर कर देते और आई थिंक of course more than a couple of years back it was Jong as well. तो आप देखिए last few years में उन्होंने बनाए हैं close to 400 million Ajax. So they can invest that money. There are a lot of scouts out there. Ajax scouting is second to none in my opinion. Premier League club are throwing money like hell. Only team who spend wisely are City. Others are spending recklessly. Yes, I agree here. लेकिन अनूप आप बोलिए and City fans आप लोग भी बोलिए. Akanji to City यार, I know that Fabricio ने बोला it was an opportunity that City did not want to miss. It was just 17 million if I'm not wrong. लेकिन Akanji to City क्या लग रहा है भाई, मतलब हाँ, will he start? Will he start? I doubt it. Why is he going there? I don't think वो बूढ़े हो गए यार. Why is it so basically obvious that he'll start? For me, he doesn't start. आप बोलिए सिटी फैंस अगेन हैविंग 5 सेंटर बैक्स, हाउ विल ही मैनेज? नेथन आकी बहुत मुश्किल से कन्विंस किए थे टू स्टे सिटी, तो नाउ दैट 5 सेंटर बैक्स आर कम, आई डोंट थिंक ही विल बी हैप्पी. लुई वैन गाल विल नॉट बी हैप्पी, भाई नेथन आकी को नहीं मिलने वाला वापस से चांसेस आफ्टर इंजरी इन माय ओपिनियन. Auba, here we go, done. Yes, absolutely, Wakar, done. आप लेट आए, but again, thanks for joining. Again, like, share, subscribe कर दीजिए. Let's have more people in. Come on, people. Like कर दीजिए भाई. I hope हम reach कर गए अपने target को. 150 likes अपना target था अभी के लिए. लेकिन we'll be talking about many clubs and many situations. Again, जो भी live आते रहेगा, we'll be covering that as well. तो भाई क्लब बाय क्लब थोड़ा जा सकते हैं भाई. अगेन बार्सिलोना हैव डन अ मैडनेस, लेकिन अभी अभी आया है एक और रिलेटेड न्यूज टॉकिंग अबाउट दीज क्लब जो हम कर रहे हैं. ओ यस, मार्सेलो भाई, ये रेक जो के भाई आकाश आए थे. हाउ आर यू आकाश मैन? मार्सेलो कमिंग टू लेस्टर सिटी. वाओ वाओ वाओ, एज इन ब्रिलियंट. इट्स अ स्टोरी इन इटसेल्फ. लेकिन इन टर्म्स ऑफ फिटमेंट I don't know, man. I don't know. मतलब Leicester, yes, definitely you need players left, right, central. लेकिन भाई, what do you think in terms of fitment? Marcelo, that kind of character you need in Leicester. I don't know the way Leicester होता है. Again, big respect to Marcelo, big respect to Leicester. लेकिन somehow as a neutral person मुझे नहीं लगता वो fitment होगा. लेकिन again, I might be wrong क्योंकि he is a legend absolutely. यही मैं देख रहा था, यही वाला देख रहा था मैं. Yes, वही मैं share कर रहा हूँ अभी. Man, विलियन हैज डन दैट अ सेकंड टाइम भाई. उन्होंने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट फाड़ दिया और आ गए भाई वापस से. ये क्या कर रहे हैं? पहले आर्सेनल का फाड़े थे और ही वेंट टू आई थिंक कोरिंथियंस वाज इट, एंड नाउ कोरिंथियंस का फाड़ दिया और ही इज कम टू फुलम. कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हो गया है, डील कंप्लीटेड. एंड कुर्जावा वो भी आ रहे हैं भाई, लेफ्ट बैक एज वेल एज अ अटैकिंग मिडफील्डर और विंगर, एंड दैट इज ब्रिलियंट फॉर फुलम इन माय ओपिनियन. यस, मोटिवेशन इज नॉट राइट विलियन का, आई एम प्रीटी श्योर. लेकिन द फैक्ट दैट वो फाड़ के चले गए थे, यू कैन आर्ग्यू दैट नहीं, he has some self respect as well, when it came to going from Arsenal. Nothing against Arsenal, लेकिन उस समय था. तो अभी लेकिन वापस coming to London, is it for his restaurant or not? I have my doubts. लेकिन Fulham are already doing well. I think Fulham might just stay up, man, because of I know Kurzawa defensively काफी error prone है, लेकिन फिर भी better than what probably most relegation teams have, in my opinion. Okay, Munier is so bad. I used to be in a secret BBB cult. Okay, even though I support Bayern, and they used to troll him in You know what, Munir सच में when it came to PSG days, you know, he was always more like a winger. उसको right winger बना दो भाई, he cannot defend. He cannot defend. Simple as that. I would not call him a right back at all. You know, in terms of attacking, he's not bad यार. मतलब I know that recently he's not that player what he was 2-3 years back. लेकिन इतने भी बुरे नहीं है. We need a sporting director ASAP. Yeah. Let's hope we get that for the next transfer window. Before that, in fact. Okay, Anu बोल रहा है I used to rate Akanji really high, but I didn't convince him. Okay, he didn't convince me last season. Good backup player, but not like a top class. Ake will be backup of Cancelo. Wow. So basically, Ake खेल रहे हैं left back. Not great यार Ake के लिए. मतलब he can play there, but it's not ideal. मैं सोचा था maybe you'll go 3 at the back. Again, Bernardo Silva भी रुक रहे हैं, so that's absolutely fantastic news for you all. For City that is. लेकिन मुझे लगता है Ake at left back as a backup खुश नहीं होंगे यार. लुई वैन गाल भी खुश नहीं होंगे. I know डच टीम के लिए भी कभी भी खेलते हैं, बट ही प्राइमरी प्लेज लेफ्ट सेंटर बैक, राइट? तो थोड़ा सा नाखुश होंगे. मतलब आई प्रॉब्ली वुड हैव गॉन फॉर आकी गिवन अ चॉइस. सच में बोलता हूँ, मतलब ओवर ग्वार्डियोल. हाँ, ब्रेकिंग न्यूज भाई पीपल, लाइप्जिग क्या कर रही है? मैंने बोलना भूल गया, बट आई थिंक पुट इन द टाइटल. भाई ग्वार्डियोल, कैन यू बिलीव इट? लाइप्जिग जस्ट लाइक एनकुकू हैव बेसिकली एक्सटेंडेड हिम फॉर नाउ. 1 साल और एक्सटेंशन मिल गई है भाई. 2027 तक है अब उनका कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. तो ग्वार्डियोल नेक्स्ट सीजन वापस से चेल्सी ट्राई करेगी जनवरी में टू साइन फॉर नेक्स्ट समर. लेकिन लुक्स लाइक वी माइट हैव टू गिव मोर देन 100 million और ब्रेक द ट्रांसफर रिकॉर्ड फॉर अ डिफेंडर. वाओ. मतलब इन माय ओपिनियन ग्वार्डियोल इज गुड, बट ही इज नॉट दैट गुड यार. कम ऑन. मतलब आई हैव सीन हिम इनफ. he can be one of the best defenders that there is in this generation. लेकिन आज के दिन में 100 million के ऊपर फॉर ग्वार्डियोल, मतलब थोड़ा सा सरप्राइज होता है मुझे. यू नो, again maybe I'm just old school उसमें. Bellerin is coming for Barca. He might have lost his pace, but the season with Betis has been great, specifically defensively. It's a free transfer, in my opinion. It's good for short term. चलो ठीक है. मतलब Barca fans happy, absolutely yes. Again, Divanshu, I'm hoping that you're representing the Barca fans. लेकिन मुझे डाउट है यार. अगेन बारसा जो लेवल पर पहुंचना चाहती है, इन माय ओपिनियन, हाँ पैसों की कमी है, मे बी दैट्स व्हाई यू नो यू आर गोइंग फॉर अ फ्री ट्रांसफर. लेकिन आई थिंक देयर वर बेटर राइट बैक्स अवेलेबल. और आई नो दैट आपने मिस कर दिया माजरावी अर्ली डेज इन ट्रांसफर विंडो में. आई नो दैट एज वेल. लुकिंग एट 5 गेम्स, क्या अर्ली गट फील यार. अगेन ट्रांसफर विंडो में थोड़े घंटे बाकी है, भी रुक जाइए थोड़ा. तो आई वुड स्टिल से, अच्छा अभी के लिए मैं इतना बोलता हूँ यार, चेल्सी के पोजीशन ना लिवरपूल के साथ है. वी आर डायरेक्टली कंपीटिंग विद लिवरपूल. लिवरपूल एंड आर्सेनल आल्सो. यस, आर्सेनल टॉप. मैं बोल रहा हूँ लिवरपूल, आर्सेनल एंड चेल्सी होगी. इन माय ओपिनियन मैन सिटी टॉप 100% जीत जाएगी लीग. ये मेरा अगेन प्रेडिक्शन है. वो चेंज होते रहेगा भाई, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द ट्रांसफर्स इन लास्ट सेकंड हो सकता है. लेकिन अभी के लिए मैन सिटी लुक द बेस्ट for me. Second, I'm actually saying that Spurs might actually get that. Yes, they are looking highly consistent. और वो मतलब ग्राइंड आउट कर रहे हैं. दे डिड नॉट लुक कन्विंसिंग लास्ट नाइट, लेकिन वो ग्राइंड आउट कर रहे हैं. और वो कॉन्टे इफेक्ट मैं देख रहा हूँ ऑलरेडी उस टीम में. प्लस एक रिचार्लिसन फैक्टर आता है ऑफ द बेंच. एवरी गेम में थोड़ा अलग फैक्टर लाता है. हाँ, इतने खुश नहीं होंगे नॉट स्टार्टिंग गेम्स, बट स्टिल आई फील दैट स्पर्स माइट डू इट. अगेन आप देख रहे हो आज भी दे आर लिंक्ड हेवीली विद जियेश. आई होप इट डजंट गो. Kurzawa's best days, Alonso's bad day is awful to watch. बिल्कुल. Bernardo staying is as good as the new signing. Yeah, absolutely. Munir is okay. Yes, I know that. Oh, people, come on, man. सब लोग like कर दीजिए यार stream. Likes नहीं हुए. Again, the target is 150 likes at the beginning. Let's get there. Big up to Matt. Matt, bro, how are you? Oh yes, absolutely, bro. I'll send you the link. I thought it's not too late for you. Then I'll send you the link in some time. Just let me do that. And we are waiting for Guruji as well. Hopefully he joins us. But let me just send the link to Matt if possible. And yes, people, again, do not forget to like, share, subscribe to our channels. That's both the channels, because we are live back to back Aaj. So definitely do not miss that. But again, just join Karo stream. There are a lot of news that we have covered. We are covering a lot of news of other clubs as well. But I'm going to get on Matt for a couple of minutes now. Matt, if you have a couple of minutes, please step in. It will be brilliant to have you. And yes, again, we take different opinions. That's always what our channel is meant for. Angve, our backup right wing back is Aspi, who can't even dribble, let alone playing right wing back. I think there is a बहुत अच्छा point बोला है. I think R9 also kind of agrees there. A lot of हमारे conversations हुए around that if at all हमें है luxury to go that extra right wing back, I would do that. because Aspi is not that player anymore. As much as I'm an Aspi fan, that's the only thing मैं बोलूँगा. But I don't think we can have so much luxury as well in the last literally hours in the transfer window. Hey, Matt is here. Matt, big up, bro. How are you?
Big up, all good, Ankit. How are you, mate?
Oh, yeah, great. Always good to have you. And Matt, crazy man, as in FIFA manager, football manager. What do you say? Todd Boehly is finally doing a Roman Abramovich, or do you think it's a
Yes.
bit too risky getting Aubameyang, 33-year-old, for 2 + 1 year, plus Edson Alvarez? What are you thinking?
I mean, Aubameyang, I've said it. I think it's great. I think it's a great sign. I think it's something that we need. We've had these players like Havertz and Mal up front, and man, I've been saying for months, I'm really sick of these guys. I just sell them for but giving Aubameyang, we can bring some depth in for Havertz and give him some competition, because I said it. Tuchel can sign me and put me on that pitch, because I think I deserve to start more than Havertz recently. So if Havertz gets some competition from Aubameyang, that's great for him. That's great. Give him competition. Hopefully he can thrive, because competition gives some more confidence to kind of push yourself to the limit. So I'm all for it. Aubameyang's a player that I'm not expecting for. I said before, I'm not expecting for him to come and score 30, 40 goals. I said 12 to 17. That's all in the Premier League. That's all we need to score for me, because he's an aging guy and we just need him to do the basics. Honestly, step, little steps, just tap the ball on the back of the net here and there, because we've got players up front who can't do that. And when you have players who can't do that, we have to start from ground zero. So Aubameyang's a player that is coming here, and he's going to start from ground zero and bring us some stability up front. And Alvarez, I've never watched the guy. I think Terry said it was 14 million, but I'm not sure if that's correct. Is he worth?
No, so basically, the latest reports are we can go as much as 50 million euros. That's 50. That's actually the fact. He's a 24-year-old. He's a Mexican, but he obviously plays in the Eredivisie. In fact, I do watch, I do follow Dutch football because of being a Dutch supporter as well. But again, I'm not someone who follows every minute of him, but I would say that he's someone who is that character in terms of the strength, in terms of basically the passing ability, as well as upon pressure, he actually reacts well. So I think that's exactly what we need in a DM. The problem is Jorginho is good in a couple of aspects, but in a couple of aspects, man, come on, he's really not a DM in Premier League, right? Let's be honest. So at some point, if Tuchel needs that flexibility, which probably he's been trying, but we've not been doing well at all in the first, halves of matches. So maybe that's why he finally goes to 3 at the back, and maybe he's wanting that DM finally is realized. But again, Eredivisie, the window is closed, so it's still so because they may not get a new player. I know that they signed recent players, but again, they've lost too many players, in my opinion, so they may not, get rid of him now. That's the only thing. But here, Nikhil Tiwari, I don't know what's the source, if you can just confirm that. But does that mean the fact that Aubameyang is coming, I know that he's a striker. There are also talks about Depay, which I don't think it'll happen, but still, there are still talks. And now Edson Alvarez. So many people coming in. Surely, Pulisic, Gallagher might be thinking that, okay, even lesser minutes, Broya. What are you thinking about them? Should we just keep all those because of 5 substitutions? What are you thinking there?
Gallagher? Nah, man. I've said, I think he was great that he came. He proved himself because of he played at Crystal Palace. That's great, but he didn't prove himself at the squad. And he's a player who doesn't play in our position. And I've always said this quote, that if you don't fit the jersey, if you don't fit the position, you don't fit the jersey, because there's no point having a guy at your team who doesn't fit the same system that Tuchel plays. He plays in a 4-3-3. If we keep him, he's going to end on the same road like Loftus-Cheek, where he play one good game here, half a good game there, where he's not consistent. So I would rather send him back to Palace, get 45 million for him, or get Zaha for him, and get some players who would fit our system, who would bring effect to us, because there's no point having a guy like Gallagher in our team who's a great footballer, but he never turns up. Like, there's absolutely no point. If we shouldn't be selling Gilmour and then keeping Gallagher. It makes no sense to me. If Gallagher got a shot, Gilmour should be getting a shot. And I would rather have Gilmour in this squad than Gallagher, even though I don't really...
Okay. I think the only thing about Tuchel, as much as I've noticed, over the last year and a half, is Gilmour, for some reason, he believes in our midfielders. Like, for example, Loftus-Cheek. He rather prefers a Loftus-Cheek who has that physical element versus a Gilmour who's actually a better passer of the ball. I'm just kind of putting it out there. So because he needs some physicality. Remember, we've lost a lot of physical players. Rudiger is left, right? Of course, Lukaku, as shit as he was physical when it came to even defending set pieces. So at some point in time, I think he needs those, and that's why he's hesitant to play Gilmour. Yes, I agree with you. If he's gotten him in the squad, say last couple of weekends, and he's not even playing him and saying in the post-match interview that, hey, come on, we don't have any midfielders, all are injured, and not even mentioning Gilmour. That is kind of almost disrespectful to Gilmour, who's actually waited so long to come back to Chelsea, and he wasn't bad when he left Chelsea. Let's be real. He did a job for him. I remember the match against Fulham and Man City, if I remember right. But again, Gilmour versus Gallagher, if you really put me as well, Matt, I would go with Gallagher any day, because the reason being that he is someone who can definitely play the number 8. We need shot takers. He, in terms of threat to goal, which we are lacking big time. Gallagher is probably your answer compared to a Gilmour. Both are not great, but Gallagher is much better in that. And he has actually proven he has meritocracy. He's had a better spell at Crystal Palace versus Gilmour at Norwich.
But
So
what position did you
that makes
say he was? An 8. We don't
8,
play
exactly.
with 8s. That's the thing. We don't play with 8s. Like
But
I could say Loftus Cheeks an
I
8,
believe he will.
Mickey Mount
I
an
believe
8.
he will.
All these other guys are 8s. But what's the point of having 8s if you don't use them?
No,
Like-
see, that's the thing. Gallagher, for me, he probably will not start most games when everyone is fit. It's probably going to be Mount, Kovacic, both of them going to start, and maybe even Havertz, who can play 8, by the way. Havertz has been proper shit performances.
But when are we going to play an
you
8?
said it.
Like when we don't play with 8s though.
No, but that's the thing. That if you see that Tuchel, the way he's playing 4-2-2-2, he's trying that system. In that system, maybe you need someone who's kind of, as an off that midfield, someone right in front. So he's probably going to be going flatter. He's not going to narrower rather in terms of attacking midfield. So that is where you can call them an 8. They can probably fit in there. And he's looking at basically, wing play coming from basically your fullbacks. Or that is maybe one of the reasons why he's wanting to release, say, a Sterling or a Pulisic, because with Aubameyang coming, maybe we'll have that wide player. We'll have a Ziyech, Sterling, and maybe a Pulisic playing more wide, compared to what they are doing right now. But yeah, again, I agree with you. It's not the ideal solution, but again, what are our options? That's the only question I have. And everyone knows our situation, right? What we are through. But anyway, let me take a few comments here quickly. Okay, now that Gvardiol deal is off, as a Chelsea fan, what do you guys think Chelsea would go after now? Defensively, I think we're good, right? Defensively, we just need to do it on the pitch, right?
Asking me?
Yeah. Defensively, I think.
Gvardiol. But the defensively, I think we're set. Like we've got Fofana. He's coming. That's fine. I think it's not the priority right now. Like if Gvardiol comes in for 30 million, 20 million, that's fine. Not 90 million. That is way too much. Way too much money. And again, the priority should now be, we should be transitioning to the midfield, transitioning to the attack, because we've got our front, we've got Koulibaly, Silva, Fofana, Chalobah, and Aspie, as you would say, on bench. I think it's not ideal, but it's enough. We have to go fix that attack to get an extra replacement for Mount, and then go to that midfield and start replacing Jorginho and Kovacic, because these guys are getting old. So I think at the moment we are set for our defense. If we're on deadline day right now, and Tuchel could pick through either an attack or defense, he should be going for the attack and fixing that. You're on mute. Ankit, you're on mute.
Sorry about that. Okay, so Bellerin joins Barca on a free transfer for 3 seasons, salary of 3.5 million. As in, again, Divyanshu is a Barca fan.
Why? They don't need him. I thought they just signed Alonso. Wait, he's in the right?
Exactly.
Oh,
So Bellerin playing right back. Imagine, I'm imagining a situation. I think it's probably one or the other who'll probably play. That's the best thing that I'm going to say. Because yes, Bellerin was having those legs in the past, but now, yes, he's had a decent season. But again, if you're talking about a Champions League quarterfinal, pretty sure you're not going to play Bellerin at right back, are you? That's the only thing. Alonso, if you're playing 3 at the back, Alonso is good, but not otherwise. That's the only thing I can say for Barcelona. But again, Arthur, it's a stopgap solution for injuries. I don't think it's a long run; it's a loan. So I believe Liverpool got really lucky, man, yesterday. Again, they got again, people. What do you think?
Honestly, I think Arthur is a good player. Under Barca, he was a good player, but he got washed under Juventus, and it's a player who's very, 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 very short term. But I think he's injury prone as well, so I don't know why they signed him. But I think he's actually a good player. I wouldn't take him on choice, but he's a good player.
Oh yeah, I would say in terms of skill, he's probably right up there, man. As in among the better midfielders at Barcelona. Even Barcelona has some great midfielders, right? I would say in terms of skill. Problem is that he's not, like you said, what happened between the swap, after the swap. is gone. He's not that player anymore because he's not someone you can rely week in week out, and that's the only thing absolutely like I'm saying. But let me see what other comments are coming. Sterling lacked the finishing rate at City. Will that often be a problem for Chelsea if he plays false nine? Again, in Indranil, the reason why we have signed Aubameyang is we don't want Sterling to continue that position, despite that he scored 3 goals. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
But man, Pulisic, bro. As in, what do you think of Pulisic, man? As in, the guy, I feel for the guy. You know that probably I'm a fan of Pulisic, but he's not having any good performances as well. Not the right attitude. What are you talking there?
I mean, he has to be given a consistent run of games. If you're putting Mason Mount, who's having 15, 20 games and hasn't even touched the ball, then of course he's going to be upset. Like, I understand him wanting to leave. I understand Ziyech wanting to leave because these guys never got 15, 20 games to prove themselves, unlike Mickey Mount, who got the whole season and he didn't show up. So I understand his pain. Now, he should be starting next game. Like, I don't care because, again, he played right wing back on when we played, who we played just last week? Southampton. We played right wing back. Like, there's no point putting him there. He has to play in his, at least, if anywhere, as a right wing. Hudson-Odoi did the right thing. He wasn't fitting in the squad. He was getting put right wing back. So what did he do? He left. Perfect thing. Pulisic, I'm all for Pulisic leaving. If he wants to leave, that's fine. Leave. I don't want to have an unhappy player. But he would remain happy again if the manager could put trust in him. The manager, I think, has some favourites. And I think he has the favourites because of these fans. If he drops Havertz, if he drops Mount, he'll get a lot of backlash from the fans, which means a backlash from Todd Boehly, because Todd Boehly's trying to please the fans. So I think it's the fans' fault that Mason Mount and Kai Havertz are the ones signing. I don't think he's taking any discipline. He's not taking any leadership. So what does he do? He has to make signings like Aubameyang. And now, like, it's a great signing. Now we have 3 strikers, right? So that's Brozier, again, who's someone who deserves a shot, will now be the 3rd choice instead of the 2nd, when I would put him as a 2nd choice, not the 3rd. So stuff like that doesn't give a lot of opportunity. And that's why Tuchel said he's the best coach in the world. But when it comes to the managerial side, this guy has no leadership. He has no discipline. He doesn't take charge. He just listens to what, I guess, the majority wants. And obviously the majority of people who go to Stamford Bridge wants Mr. Poster Boy in. So you can't help him, unfortunately. But you need to start getting some more discipline and humbling these players, because that will.
By the way, there is some news. Yes, by the way, this has been ongoing. I think it's more like a family affair where I think one of Pogba's brothers is basically blackmailing him and things like that, and they've been accusing him of witchcraft and stuff like that. So a lot of things are going on in the last 24 hours. I don't know what's happening in Pogba family, and one Pogba actually plays in India as well. So that's interesting. So to follow as well. We know that Florentin Pogba definitely plays here. Auba scoring against Arsenal at Emirates and doing backflip. Oh my god. By the way, he's not available for 5 weeks. Let me tell you that, Gaurav. Available nahi hai. So, but what about the price? As in, do you think that we have spent over 300 million now, including for the youngsters? There's a lot of money. Trust me that, Matt. And Edson Alvarez, 50 million. Like, what are your expectations, man, as a Chelsea fan, if we get all these, in place?
So you're going to tell me that number, 350, and people will jump and assume we're going to win the Champions League, we're going to win the Premier League. And I'm not even looking for that. I'm not. Obviously, Premier League's done. We're not winning that. My thing is that we get top 4 and aim for the Champions League and aim for these FA Cups and Carabao, because we are in a rebuild. We have to start from not 0, but we started from 10, 20%. We got rid of Werner. We got rid of all these bums. They're all gone, right? And we've got a new ownership. We've got a new prospect. We've got these new philosophies. We're gaining a new start behind the scenes. So it's going to take time. And there's people who want Tuchel out, people want Tuchel in. I want Tuchel in because I want to give a manager a long-term team to get long-term solutions. And I think Tuchel's that man. People say Tuchel's not that man, and then they'll come out and say they want Brendan Rodgers and Graham Potter, which is absolutely embarrassing. So I want to start building a team around Tuchel. I don't want to sack him. I don't want to have this new philosophy. Let's back the manager and have some time. 300 mil this season, top 4, Carabao Cup. We go again next season. We'll spend more money, and then it's about 500 mil, and then we can challenge for the Premier League.
I think that's probably fair. I would still, it's just me being greedy and being a spoiled Chelsea fan over the years, man. I would still, I need a cup, man. Come on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We've been losing too many finals. We've been losing, man. I think we need a cup as much as now. I know you're spoiled, but anyway, the Bianco is like if Auba scored against Arsenal at Emirates and does a signature celebration, then AFT would go berserk. Man, trust me, man. As in that's what basically we love football for, right? Those moments. But again, people, even Chelsea fans and even neutrals, I would say that Divyanshu is a Barca fan. You would tell me, but Aubameyang actually had a decent impact for Barcelona. It's just that they got Lewandowski, and the fact that they needed money as well, and that's a fact. There's no secrets there. So they had to let go Aubameyang right now. But for me, Tuchel if anyone's going to make him work in England again, it's probably Tuchel, and that's the reason I go with Matt 100%. Imagine a situation I hope doesn't happen, that with all these signings, all the pressure again comes just like it happened for Lampard's second season, and then Tuchel gets sacked. Just say, I know that Todd Boehly will not, probably knowing him compared to Abramovich, but you never know, right? And then probably where is Aubameyang after this 2+1 year deal? And Aubameyang has a lot of shenanigans off the pitch. That we know that that's happened with the Arteta. So that is the only thing that I'm afraid of with Aubameyang, apart from basically his recent injury, which is obviously not great. But again, it's what, not a lot of money that what Barca wanted initially. And Alonso, wish him all the best. That's all I can say. Probably good for now. Why would you not take CR7 is beyond a logic. Tuchel, bhai, kya kar raha hai? Bhai, Ajinkya says CR7, and many others also said that CR7 probably should have been our priority. I actually agreed with it, but Tuchel wants to play a certain way, doesn't he, Matt?
Yeah, I've always said I think CR7 is a great option. It's just Tuchel may not want him because he doesn't press. I think you look at this attack, and I question Tuchel. You look at this attack and you go, why don't we need a CR7? What? Why? How is Werner? How is Havertz better than Ronaldo? I think Ronaldo would have actually helped our team more than drop it. And there's a lot of reasons why. But if you're talking about the playing on the pitch in position wise, I think he can do very well. So I would have gone for him. We got another one. Oscar, absolutely.
Man, he's Kepa, man. He's Kepa.
Kepa.
Man, Oscar is today. My people tell me that I look like Kaka, the AC Milan legend, man. As in, come on, that'll be a compliment for me, isn't? But Matt, definitely for me, Auba is one of the most dedicated and loyal players to have ever played for Barca. Wow, and this is a Barca fan, and he's a Barca ultra. Divyanshu, big up, and he knows his stuff. And Auba has just played 6 months, and in 6 months he feels that. Imagine that he's going to miss. So that tells me that probably his off the pitch, behavior was far better in Barcelona versus in Arsenal, where he was initially the captain. Everyone forgets that. But again, talking about Arsenal, they are probably not going to go for that Ukrainian winger that they were, I think, linked with yesterday. I think he's going to stick around. I don't think he's moving. So Arsenal, what are you thinking? The fact that Arsenal, yes, I know in terms of BM, they probably are going to upgrade as well. I think Douglas Luiz is what we're talking. But is he really an upgrade for you at Arsenal, Douglas Luiz?
Douglas Luiz, I don't know. It's such a weird sign, but I don't know. I don't know why they're going for him, because he's from Villa. I don't think I've ever seen him do anything at Villa, really. Again, Arteta's moving mad here, but he, if Arteta wants, I think he'll get it, because I think Thomas Partey and Alnenia just keep getting injured, and I think these players, like players that aren't getting recognized on the team or by other managers, could be very, very good for Arteta. Because if Arteta looks at him, he rates him, that's actually very bad for us. Because if you get a player, and again, he's from Brazil, I think, Douglas Luiz. So again, Arteta's got some eye, and I actually see probably him fitting in that Arsenal squad quite well and probably getting a shot, because I remember at Villa there was him, McGinn. There's a lot of other players that had to play a CDM role. So he's a CDM, yeah, Douglas Luiz.
He's more like a central midfielder who can play in a double pivot. I would put it that way. Or in a 4-3-3, he's also in a 4-3-3. I would put him as a CDM. In a 4-2-3-1, he's more like a double pivot. Absolutely. But Matt, great to have you. I know it's late, bro. Hope to see you soon. Again, people do check out Matt's channel. That's Zoe. You can see there. That's his handle as well. Always great to have you, Matt. And of course, we'll be talking after the window as well, because I know that people are expecting much. But for me, Chelsea fans, and even like any fans, even Manchester United fans, I know that a couple of clubs have spent so much, but I think we got to be very patient right now. But it's going to get better. Hopefully, we get it over the line, especially at DM. Thank you, Matt. See you. Bye.
No problem. Take care, Ankit. Bye-bye.
Okay. So Matt is leaving us, but we'll continue the stream as we've been doing. Guruji, aap background mein ho. If you can just switch on the camera, bro. If you can just switch on the camera, I'll put you in. But Guruji is waiting in the backstage. Hopefully, I'll put him in a minute. Let me see if I can message Guruji to put on the camera. क्योंकि यस अगेन भाई मुझे चांस नहीं लेना बिकॉज यू नो व्हाट हैपेंड तो आप बैक स्टेज में अगर कैमरा ऑन डाल सके तो मैं डेफिनेटली आपको अंदर डाल दूंगा गुरुजी एब्सोल्युटली मच मच लव लेट मी सी एनीवे पीपल अगेन आप लोग बोलिए यार मतलब व्हिच इज द ट्रांसफर दैट यू आर एक्सपेक्टिंग इन द नेक्स्ट फ्यू आवर्स व्हिच इज दैट वन ट्रांसफर दैट यू आर वेटिंग फॉर ओके नो प्रॉब्लम ठीक है तो आई थिंक गुरुजी इज प्रॉब्ली नॉट एबल टू चलो आई वाज जस्ट चेकिंग जस्ट टू बी श्योर गुरुजी मच लव कैसे हो
बस बढ़िया बढ़िया दैट अमाउंट ऑफ चेकिंग वाज क्रेजी
नहीं यार मतलब यू नो वेरी वेल व्हाट
I get
हैपेंड
it.
मतलब यही सेम चीज हुआ था यार टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट अगेन मतलब आई लव यू टू द कोर यू नो इट लेकिन
Yeah, I am sorry I came a bit late. I'm just मैं
अरे
आपको
कोई
पहले
नहीं
बोला
कोई
था
नहीं
I'm a bit caught up right
Absolutely
now.
no
थोड़ा
problem. But Guruji, excitement. I know Aubameyang with the broken jaw coming. तो first reaction Chelsea पर तो करेंगे ही. क्या लगता है यार मतलब will he be that impact for Tuchel that Tuchel had with him earlier in Dortmund days?
I don't know. I mean, as a club right now, थोड़ा I think Tuchel is misprofiling players. ठीक है क्योंकि वो चीज वो काफी टाइम से कर रहे हैं in his post match pressers right now. Him just admitting to the fact that the midfield has problems. अभी admit कर रहे हैं जब जानते थे कि last season भी आप जब Kovacic कांटे को देख रहे हो they were riddled with injuries. Even the season before that we were not exactly 100% fit. So आप ये दोनों प्लेयर्स की इंजरी हिस्ट्री जानते हो तो आप you can't exactly now say that oh fine, oh we have a midfield problem, I didn't know that. You can't exactly pretend it like that. And with the transfer targets that we have right now, I don't know whether we need them. Do we need a Joseph Gvardiol? Like अभी तो कुछ था नहीं, but अभी तो कुछ है नहीं because obviously there are rumors that he's extending his contract. But before this,
Right.
when all of these rumors were happening for Joseph Gvardiol, did you think honestly that we need a Joseph Gvardiol? Like considering
Probably
his strength that
he should have been our first target जो था उस समय available नहीं था अभी after getting Fofana and Koulibaly I don't think so I agree with you.
Yeah, because I mean, if our problem is the midfield right now, and I definitely would want to point that out because we are very one-dimensional, because with the resources that we have, we will attack you from wide areas. We will that will be our main creative outlet. All of वो सब चीजें होंगी, ठीक है. But उधर तक ही सीमित होंगी, उधर तक ही रहेंगी. We will not probably attack you from the middle as much as you would expect us to do because भाई हमारे पास है ही नहीं creativity.
Yeah, and again मतलब we have been talking about it a lot लेकिन your reaction to it भाई Edson Alvarez is a DM proper. So does that mean that we are linked to him that Tuchel is finally saying कि नहीं भाई we need to change the way that we are playing in midfield or we need to free up a Gallagher and a Mount or a Kovacic much more?
That's a very good question, because we have not seen that profile of a player like Edson Alvarez for quite some time in Chelsea.
Yeah, bilkul.
Quite some time. An anchor man or who knows his defensive attributes more than his offensive attributes.
Last Mikel ही था proper.
Proper Mikel था, proper. So if Edson Alvarez proves to be a Mikel in this time, क्योंकि आप जब मिकेल की बात कर रहे थे ना तब सब बोल रहे थे यार मिकेल आके ये यार गेम को इसने तो मतलब दिमाग खराब कर दी गेम की एंड पूरा गेम की तो मतलब वाट लगा दी. All of that you used to say at that particular point of time. But now when you come to think of the fact whether you can have a Mikel type player in your game, you would love to have him, bhai. You would absolutely love to have him because closing out games has become such an important part of every every game right now in the top European league. So why Edson Alvarez, welcome to Chelsea whenever that happens.
Yeah, of course, Matic was obviously there. But we forget the prime Matic was actually very, very good as well. Thanks for that. Now the transfer window is nearly over. Which clubs do you see going for in UCL? Well, which is the best transfer window यार for any club आप बोलोगे इस summer अभी तक?
Best transfer window. Tricky one.
Bayern Munich have value for money के हिसाब से Bayern Munich you can think about it, क्योंकि they have actually got people for cheap apart from Dillit, right?
Yeah. I mean, this was crazy, bhai. मतलब Uh, I would say Bayern Munich has had a good transfer window. They've not been very busy, but the players that they've brought in are very good.
Right.
Marcel Delict, Sadio Mane. You
They
cannot.
start करते हैं. They
Uh,
start for them, right?
if you look for pure talent, Marcel Delict has that talent, man, and I think he can be a beast at Bayern. Like if developed well, he can be a beast at Bayern. Like,
Right.
and you have that whole team of Musiala just coming, just developing like quick fire, and he's just making other people around him also good. So I mean, as a team, Bayern, I think look very complete currently.
But
And बारसा तो भाई definitely भाई सब बोल रहे हैं बारसा यार वो तो without a question है. Let's not bring Barca.
especially considering the situation financially.
Yeah.
तो
Barca just turned the table inside out in the transfer window.
हाँ, by the way, Matthias Chell, their striker, यार, their young striker है. I've seen clips of him. I've not seen every minute, लेकिन हाँ भाई, मतलब he looks like वही है, मतलब poor man's Kylian Mbappe. You can say future में मुदित is a Barca Bayern fan. Sorry मुदित, मैं गलती से Barca fan बोल दिया. लेकिन Barca fan coming to you guys, मतलब Bellerin हमने बात की थी with a couple of other panels, लेकिन Bellerin going there or Alonso going at the same time, तो they'll either play one or the other, or they're simply backups, in your opinion.
Backups, I think.
Backups. तो आप किसके साथ शुरू करोगे? If you in case are in charge of Barcelona, you will play a three the back with maybe Dembele on the right flank with a pseudo winger, or what?
No. I think you would have a traditional right wing back there, even if you're playing a three-man centre back. They need a right wing back, I think. Okay. I don't know how Koundé works as a good option there.
Yeah, but मना कर दिया ना Koundé ने. Koundé बोला he wants to play centre back, at least as of now.
So as of now, if that's the, I think Koundé in the last match did play in the right back position. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, he may have shifted. He did play in the right back position. So if I'm talking about that aspect of their game, I think they would need more depth there. Okay, specialized depth in that particular position. So yeah, I mean that is their handicap right now. I don't think so there are any other handicaps to be exploited in that Barcelona.
Then fair enough, and yes, of course, farewell to Alonso यार, मतलब Alonso always divided opinion, we know that. Pablo Escobar हमारे, लेकिन वही है, अगर बारसा को
जगह पे सही है
3 at the back जाते हैं, मतलब which they have shown in times in the games, so probably Alonso is their plan B, simply put, right?
Simply put, yes, but not a huge upgrade on the current batch of left backs that they have. Alonso is not.
Right. Again, Mikhail reminding us about Mbamba. Yes, I think the problem is when we signed him, he had a major injury, right? Again, we were hoping for him to be the next Virgil van Dijk. वो Dutch भी है और he's having the build of a Virgil van Dijk. लेकिन yes, in his youth days, he was very good. We signed him after a major injury, and after injury, he's not been that player in the academy. I've not followed every minute.
He was a beast.
He was a beast, exactly. लेकिन I'm hoping that we get. Maybe that's why we are going for more Gvardiol future planning के लिए, because he's very young, absolutely. लेकिन again, Arsenal going for Douglas Luiz भी चल रहा है अभी बात, गुरजीत. Don't you think Arsenal have enough? Douglas Luiz, does he start for them?
He doesn't start for them, but I don't think so. They have enough in the traditional centre midfield role. That's what I'm thinking.
Maitland-Niles is not someone that he's willing to use.
Yeah, exactly. You would trust to probably even give backup minutes to. Okay. So I think they just want a little bit more competition there, which is fair, not the fine there. Douglas Luiz is not even starting for Aston Villa much, so I don't know. I don't think he would start for Arsenal.
भाई ये बंदा, मतलब I'm just putting it out there, मतलब talk about Arsenal, Chelsea going it for central midfielders DMs. Dendoncker, as in again, Liverpool also are going now what they've got on loan by Arthur is total different element जो लाते हैं. लेकिन Dendoncker is someone who's proven in the Premier League. Why do you think Premier League teams haven't gone for him? Better Premier League teams.
I don't know, man. It's a very strange conundrum.
Exactly.
बहुत strange है यार.
Wolves ने अच्छा किया by the way last 2-3 दिन में. They have got Kalajdzic, right?
Kalajdzic.
Yeah. Then
And
they've got
Dendoncker is a bit versatile as well because
Sorry,
you can
Aston Villa.
sorry. Hello?
तो एक सेकेंड मैं देख रहा हूँ. स्पर्स हो गई क्या? मतलब यार स्पर्स, आई डोंट थिंक स्पर्स रिक्वायर एनीवन, डू दे?
Spurs don't require anyone.
भाई जीएच का चल रहा है यार.
No,
जीएच का
yeah,
चल रहा है गुरुजी.
I think Spurs are also in for Daniel James, right? So
Yeah, it's either James or Ziyech, or they were also interested in Carrasco, but I don't think Carrasco छोड़ेंगे एथलेटिको. तो it's going to be either Dan James or Ziyech. लेकिन Ziyech भाई कहाँ स्टार्ट करेगा यार? Kulusevski will definitely start there, right?
Yeah, I mean, you would not. मतलब you would probably. Why would you want either of them? Like there is.
I have no idea.
Why? Why would
it's Conte being opportunistic, I guess.
Yeah. He just want. Yeah, exactly. I think it's being opportunistic. Exactly. Formally put. वही चीज है.
Yeah, Hakeem, exactly करते हैं. Dan James to Fulham is a done deal, I guess, according to Fabrizio. Okay, so let me see. Maybe I missed that part. Again, thanks Mudit, bring it up. अच्छा, इसीलिए maybe the fact that Dan James नहीं जा रहा है. By Dan James is a total different profile. मतलब he also is a winger traditionally, लेकिन he's a hard worker winger compared to.
Ziyech is free then. Hey Ziyech, they'll definitely take Ziyech from us भाई then. सही है भाई. Thank you guys for sharing that update with us.
Yeah, absolutely. तो predictions हो जाए यार गुरुजी. अभी यार इतने सारे transfers हुए हैं and I know होने भी वाले हैं in the next few hours.
Yeah.
But do you change your predictions, top 4 predictions after we getting Fofana? Will it change something? But हमारे मतलब performances तो pathetic रहे in the last couple of away games. So where do you see us finishing?
Do you think we'll get Zaha?
नहीं यार मुझे नहीं लग रहा. डाउट है. इसलिए अभी डिपाई के लिंक्स वापस से शुरू हो गए because it looks like Zaha, you see his interview now after the last game, the way he gave that interview is clear that by he will remain at Crystal Palace in my opinion.
These interviews should be taken in with a pinch of salt. Like मतलब ये इंटरव्यूज अभी तो आपने भी देखा है ना, इतने सारे लोगों ने इतने सारे इंटरव्यूज दे दिए हैं, पर फिर भी क्या
नहीं. लेकिन वो गुरुजी वो पैशन के साथ जो बोला है ना, मतलब एक होता है ना, मतलब जैसे लाइक वी हैव सीन डेविड डिया टॉक अबाउट मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड. Right. It is that level of passion that he spoke with. While I don't agree with.
I've heard that interview. I've seen that.
That is the only reason. Lekin he would be brilliant. I would take him.
I'm getting this weird feeling we could close this. Very weird feeling.
Good.
We could close this.
अभी भी कितने घंटे बाकी है? I think it's what in UK 3 PM ना, अभी 3:15 हुआ है, तो the window closes at 11 PM UK. So you never know, but
Auba is
as of now,
Auba is still coming to us.
Auba is coming. I think अभी focus है Edson Alvarez पे, लेकिन problem वही है, Eredivisie cannot sign, मतलब Ajax cannot sign because of Eredivisie window closing. तो वहाँ पर थोड़ा सा focus जा रहा है, लेकिन again I don't think उसके अलावा we may get someone right now. I think again काफी reports में पढ़ रहा था, हमने आज वापस से try किया Rafael Leao के लिए. So looks like we are looking at someone who is far more younger.
They are not budging from that release clause, no?
Yeah, they will not. Why should they? अरे they are मतलब Rafael Leao is their main asset यार आज के दिन में, तो they will definitely.
बोला 115 दो, नहीं तो वट को भाई 115 देंगे Rafael Leao को, तो मैं पागल हो जाऊंगा भाई. क्या कर रहे हो यार? Please don't do this.
Yeah, नहीं, that's too much. In fact, started with 150. But लेकिन यहाँ पर Spurs center back भाई Longley अभी तक खेला नहीं है. Just letting it know. Has he played? I doubt if he's played.
Longley.
He's not started. So
any Barca fans in the chat or watching us, please let us know.
Yeah, I think probably he's had some minutes of the bench at best.
Some minutes, I'm thinking in my head.
Or was he injured? I don't know. Lekin Longley is their backup. They have Davis. Of course, they don't have that quality centre back backup. You can argue that. Lekin I think Longley in 3-back system, Guruji, you might remember Sevilla days mein he was pretty much decent, right? It wasn't as bad as what he was at Barca. So maybe
अच्छा, मतलब बहुत सारे लोग हैं उसकी बॉल प्लेइंग को अभी भी थोड़ा सा अप्रिशिएट करते हैं, ठीक, और कब मतलब it's not that some people just appreciate it. He has a lot of मतलब critics regarding that particular ability only. But भाई मतलब इतना इतना volatile character है ना वो football, so it will be interesting how he deals with Spurs in that aspect. That will be the most interesting part of it all, because अभी Spurs के center backs पे तुम उतना ज़्यादा question नहीं करा सकते जितना तुम टोबी ऑल्डरवेल्ड के डेल्स पे question कराते थे, जहाँ पे nobody would you stand up to a certain person who's like oncoming, ठीक है, who's running towards the defense. They would probably run back towards their own goal. ठीक है, keep tracking back. That's what they used to do. Okay, अभी थोड़ा सा मतलब Spurs थोड़ी और aggressive हो गई है in that particular aspect from due to their centre backs. So I think that is there. Conte has brought a certain solidity on that particular aspect of it all. So I think the defense को थोड़ा सा मतलब in terms of that aspect थोड़ा सा need to give them a certain place. What Spurs don't probably, I think, don't have is if they could have like a good creative midfielder. Just that in my head. They have
लेकिन
good box-to-box
कॉन्टे
midfield.
खेलता नहीं ना, इफ यू रिमेंबर फैब्रिगास को भी कम खेलता था ना, ही
I know,
प्रेफर्ड
but
प्लेइंग.
the thing is now, if that could give Conte another plan in the league that he's working on, and I think Conte is always open to ideas in that aspect. मतलब अपने गेम प्ले के अंदर और एक प्लान आ जाएगा. Right now their plan is to release Kane or release a Son. ठीक है, primarily Kane, because Kane comes in deep to release Kane. ठीक है, that is their primary plan. So if that is their primary plan, they will get found out at some point of time. So first of all, get one line back. Think about adding a midfielder in that spot, और उसको ball देते रहो. ठीक है, so that sometimes he can be that your creative outlet. So you leave the opponents a little bit confused in that aspect. तो मैं उस zone से बोल रहा था.
या बिल्कुल. और वहां पर एक और चीज है, मतलब जस्ट टू ऐड टू गुरुजी's पॉइंट, देखिए मतलब यू हैव कुलुचेस्की ना, तो कुलुचेस्की ऑलमोस्ट प्लेज लाइक ए वाइड मिडफील्डर. ठीक है, तो यू इवेंचुअली गो 3-5-2, वहां पर वो कॉम्पैक्टनेस इज व्हाट दे गेट. तो वही है, यू गॉट टू गिव समथिंग टू गेट समथिंग. तो अगर क्रिएटिविटी चाहिए, दे हैव टू रिलीज इंस्टेड ऑफ जस्ट केन एंड सॉन, दे हैव टू रिलीज एक्चुअली कुलुचेस्की एंड हैव your ball from the left hand side, which is not enough in my opinion. लेकिन again he's doing एक स्ट्रक्चर तो लाया भाई कॉन्टे. यहाँ पर मुझे तो बोल रहे हैं ग्रीजमैन सिचुएशन, यार पता है ना ग्रीजमैन का क्या है, he cannot play or rather if he plays full games for more than 50%, they need to pay I think a certain amount, and that's a big amount. मुझे correct me if wrong, it's something like 50 odd million pay करना है. तो man, Griezmann World Cup peer, man, as in, don't you think it's a huge kind of a gamble for Griezmann?
It's a huge gamble. He takes. I don't have any comments on this situation because I've stopped giving importance to that particular player. He has done a couple of mistakes in his life in terms of his career ambitions. That it's pretty बहुत confusing रहा है भाई ये as a player ये. ठीक है, he's almost reaching Icardi status.
Okay.
In my eyes.
नहीं लेकिन गुरुजी, बट फॉर फ्रांस नो, आप देखिए मतलब ही आई डोंट नो, ही इज मतलब एक अदर डिफरेंट प्लेयर, जस्ट लाइक पॉगबा फॉर फ्रांस. ही प्लेज वेरी वेरी फ्रीली ना, दैट्स व्हाट यू हैव ऑलवेज नोटिस्ड.
या,
so that is the only thing that for me it is little bit strange that Griezmann himself has kind of agreed to the situation. मैं होता तो भाई कॉन्ट्रैक्ट छोड़ के चल जाता है, not that he's not earning money, but anyway यहाँ पर I think एक tweet आया है. Okay, yeah, let me share Simon Phillips के tweets, and again people do not forget to like, share, subscribe और shout out to Guruji channel भी. By the way Guruji, congrats यार 5K के लिए. I think after that first time coming to the channel. So let me see यहाँ पर if I can share Simon Phillips. तो भाई एक तो उन्होंने शेयर किया है, Memphis Depay has received an official offer from a Premier League club and has asked Barcelona to let him leave. The club is Chelsea. Again Simon Phillips, not tier 1 but I would say tier 1/tier 2 kind of bracket में है मेरे लिए. तो again I would say that definitely Memphis Depay will be luxury too much considering Pulisic का क्या होगा गुरुजी फिर.
I think Pulisic, भाई, after that last match also, it's very evident that Pulisic cuts a figure who wants to leave. Like, definitely wants to leave. Let him leave. So I think Chelsea will let him leave in the end. And Memphis Depay just comes in as an additional replacement.
Okay, and breaking news गुरुजी नीचे देखिए यहाँ पर. तो Ajax have actually signed a player. मतलब मुझे तो लग रहा था Ajax का हो गया यार विंडो कल. ये कैसे हो गया कल? Maybe they signed yesterday itself and the news is kind of formal today, I'm guessing. But they have signed a DM now. Whether this person is basically, let me see who's this. Uh, I'm not sure if he is basically or as in that level of player. Again, किसी को मालूम है ये कैसा बंदा है तो बोलिए definitely. लेकिन क्या लगता है गुरुजी, मतलब Ajax losing so many players यार, मतलब Ajax have made around 300 million, हमने spend किया 300 million. But do you think Ajax probably are doing what they always do, and they are like confident that they'll get someone, or they should not let Alvarez go from their perspective?
Ajax's transfer work has mostly worked out for them so far, for how their system plays, or they will adjust quickly to the new players as well. Okay, so that has always worked out for them in the recent past. So I think fair off Dorian Players के बारे में मैंने जितना सुना है कि he has composure on the ball, very good proper midfielder. Could also be employed as like a roaming playmaker kind of a sort between the two boxes. तो ये भी चीज़ बहुत अच्छी बात है उनके लिए, अच्छा प्लेयर लेके आए हैं. तो आई थिंक they're just going to breed this player into what they want from the player. So वही चीज़ है.
अच्छा भाई, ब्रेकिंग न्यूज पीपल, एवरीवन, देयर इज सम ब्रेकिंग न्यूज और मैं यहाँ शेयर करने वाला हूँ. ये देखिए भाई, वी हैव गॉट अ न्यू साइनिंग. भाई व्हाट अ साइनिंग मैन, अगर सच में आ जाता दिस इज लाइक ब्रिलियंट मैन. दिस गाय इज अ लेजेंड. रीस जेम्स, बढ़िया भाई. अगेन अंशुल, थैंक्स फॉर शेयरिंग दैट भाई.
यार मतलब पूरा मुझे लगा
थोड़ा एक्सपेक्टेशन बढ़ा दिया.
इसको साइन कर दिया यार.
नहीं बेसिकली यार नहीं, बट ऑन अ सीरियस नोट गुरुजी, आई थिंक प्रॉब्ली चेल्सी को अभी ऐसा चाहिए यार. वी मिस दैट हजार्ड, वो हसमुख हजार्ड वी मिस इन द टीम, यू नो व्हाट आई मीन. दैट काइंड ऑफ एक होता ना एनर्जी इन द ड्रेसिंग रूम, एक अलग ही. व्हेन हजार्ड एंड डेविड लुइस वर देयर इन द प्राइम, अगेन पीपल डोंट गेट मी रॉन्ग, इन द प्राइम, वो डेविड लुइस, हजार्ड, रूडिगर आर कैरेक्टर्स दैट यू नीड इन द ड्रेसिंग रूम. आज के दिन में यू फील समवेयर डाउन द लाइन वी आर मिसिंग दैट.
In the dressing room, I think there is always a presence, right? अभी हमारे dressing room में शायद वैसे character नहीं रहेंगे, but वैसा presence शायद aspirator तो लेके आता है. So as long as वो चीज़ है तो सही है.
ओके. चलो, अंशुल has confirmed that. Thanks अंशुल, again big up आपको भाई. तो ऑस्ट्रियन इंटरनेशनल है from Hoffenheim who was a free agent and that was why Ajax were able to sign. तो ये एक बैकअप हो सकता है, इमरजेंसी और प्रॉपर रिप्लेसमेंट. टाइम विल टेल. अगेन 50 million euros इज अ लॉट ऑफ मनी. डिस्पाइट आप बोलोगे एडसन अल्वारेज के पास है एक्सपीरियंस इन एडिविजी एंड टेकिंग द चैंपियंस लीग, आई स्टिल फील इट्स अ लॉट ऑफ मनी. लेकिन वही है, टॉड बली इज गोइंग फॉर इट, ही इज डूइंग एन अब्रामोविच, लुक्स लाइक इट. Barcelona should sign Diego Costa now as a backup striker. Wow, Barcelona without strikers, man. Who would have imagined that after Lewandowski? कोई बैकअप, फेरान टोरेस खेलेगा बैकअप.
They don't need a backup striker.
Like in worst case, अगर say
you would have Ferran Torres playing in that position.
Correct. So that's what it'll be done. But again, गुरुजी आपको लेट हो रहा तो बता देना यार. मतलब I तो will continue for a few minutes absolutely. लेकिन again, great to actually have you always. And yes, people, यहाँ पर shout out again to Guruji's channel as well. Again, आपने नहीं किया, it is tagged below in the description. So please go and subscribe उनके channel पे. और Almighty Sports Plus पे we are planning to be live as well around midnight. And यहाँ पर shout out जाता है to Baba as well. I believe Baba is also live entire night. So यार, hopefully you know we have a lot of things to talk about because it's deadline day. भाई गुरुजी, last year आपको तो याद है, गुरुजी से बात करनी यार. But अब do you think जो लिवरपूल की है with आर्थर, is it similar to basically हमने जो लिया था साउल को?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. I mean, I think भाई coincidentally तो ये आर्थर is again involved भाई. ठीक है, in another deadline day transfer.
Again, yes again.
He's again by Liverpool भाई. भाई imagine again, that.
But I'm just thinking, मतलब again, Arthur is what, maybe a backup to Thiago? Would that be fair?
Yes, if Thiago is not playing for you, I think Arthur starts for you.
Arthur starts, right? Exactly. लेकिन अगर आप सोचो, Douglas Luiz was available, if I'm not wrong, 20 odd million में. ठीक है. He would have done both the things. He can be a DM as well as
Douglas Luiz can be like your Fabinho.
लेकिन वो he's a better ball player, ना? He's a good ball player.
He's a good ball player as well, but he's a very combative player as well. So a combative player and a ball player is, I think, मुझे Fabinho की बहुत probably I think Fabinho is one of those people. So if Liverpool don't have a Fabinho, they see भाई उनकी midfield ऐसे लगती है कि बहुत easily bypass हो जाती है. So I think having like a Douglas Luiz in that position helps you a lot.
करेक्ट. और मैं वापस से रिफ्रेश कर रहा हूँ भाई, यहाँ पर कुछ हुआ है भाई. नॉटिंघम फॉरेस्ट आर सेट टू साइन अनदर प्लेयर. ओ माय गॉड, आई कांट बिलीव भाई. ये आई थिंक देयर मेन मोटिव इज भाई पता नहीं हम सर्वाइव करें कि नहीं, हमें करना है बेसिकली. गिनीज बुक ऑफ रिकॉर्ड्स में.
फुटबॉल और इज दिस फ्रिकिंग फीफा?
फीफा में भी 20 साइनिंग कौन करता है भाई? 20. Look at this Blackpool winger Josh Bowler. Bowler है भाई. Man, this is crazy. Guruji, your favorite for relegation, having seen the transfer window in 5 weeks now?
Nottingham Forest.
वही जैसे आते ना स्क्रीन पर, मैं तो बोलता हूँ 100% अब होगी.
I'm telling you भाई, अब मैं बोल रहा हूँ भाई, I'm telling you Nottingham Forest will reach a stage like Norwich. जब नॉर्विच नहीं आई थी प्रीमियर लीग में, फ्रेश फ्रॉम द चैंपियनशिप, जब नहीं आई थी प्रीमियर लीग में, उस टाइम पे उन्होंने भी इतने सारे बिली गिलमोर वाले सीजन में इतने सारे लोगों को साइन कर दिया था, लोन पे ले लिया था, ऐसा सब किया था भाई. that season was just disgusting. Like few signs of good things early on, and then they just slid from that point onwards. I think Nottingham Forest is also in that zone. They're a very gritty team, strong team, in terms of determination types. But I don't see them surviving the drop. Even with these big signings. But how did they get Boli in 12 million, bro?
पता नहीं यार, मतलब I think it's more about basically just एक होता है ना starting them. और मैंने actually वही ना गलती कर दिया, मैंने FPL में ले लिया अपने लिंगार्ड को भाई. He doesn't start even. Talk about that. So many options they have abhi. Atletico Madrid offered Griezmann to Real Sociedad. I think Real Sociedad, there were a few players जिन्होंने मना किया है Real Sociedad जाने के लिए. I don't know for whatever reason. Maybe वही है the fact that they have lost player. I know Griezmann, he is a Real Sociedad legend by the way. Just so people नहीं जानते भाई, वो Real Sociedad में ही खेलते थे सबसे पहले, and he had terrific seasons with Real Sociedad, but again maybe wages will be a stumbling block for Griezmann anywhere he goes, to be honest. Maybe that is the reason. लेकिन यहाँ पर मैं देख रहा हूँ भाई ये I think if I'm not wrong Dest का हो गया है. Let me just check what is the exact tweet. Fabrizio ने बोला है Sergio Dest signing his contract as new AC Milan player right now. Loan with 20 million, buy option confirmed. भाई वहाँ पर they have a Calabria, they have basically, if I'm not wrong, Florenzi. So Sergio Dest will be a backup to Theo Hernandez or what? On the left flank.
Sergio Dest on the left flank doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence. But yeah, I mean, I think he will be. I don't think so. He will get a chance on the right.
लेकिन बारसा क्यों जाने दी यार? मतलब maybe he wanted game time, but he will not get much game time in the AC Milan either, unless मतलब one of them gets injured, which probably me as an AC Milan supporter doesn't want. But Bellerin, is he an upgrade to Sergio Dest?
Bellerin has had a good season last time.
Yeah, I know. Better, he had a decent season.
Slightly more experienced as well. That's Dest. So I think वो दोनों चीज़, and even the fact कि he's primarily proven when थोड़ा एक केस स्टडी के हिसाब से आप ये चीज़ ले सकते हो कि mostly when a player is primarily proven, mostly he does a decent job, if not a good job, he does a decent job in the other leagues that he's in. Okay. So Bellerin has also had that particular trait to him as well, which helps him to develop as a player. So इसलिए भाई it's an improvement, you could say, but not a definite one.
Okay, so यहाँ पर final confirmation आ गया people from Fabrizio at least. Contracts are being prepared for Aubameyang to Chelsea and Alonso to Barca. Clubs have agreement on every single detail.
भाई freaking these London rivals that we have, क्या बोल रहे होंगे भाई? मतलब their captain coming to the rival club, their former captain coming to the rival club.
हाँ, लेकिन विद बारसा अगेन मतलब नो डिसरिस्पेक्ट यार, वही मैं बोलना चाहूंगा क्योंकि जो हुआ है इस ट्रांसफर विंडो में, until it happens you never know. That's what मैं बोलूंगा.
मानव यार I तुमने जो क्वालिटीज लिस्ट की है ना, सब क्वालिटीज बहुत अच्छी है, बट जब I think Dest uses these qualities more comfortably on the right. Left
हाँ
पे
ऑफ
he's
कोर्स,
not that great. So I
मतलब
think if
नेचुरल
you
राइट साइड है.
I think right now if you need a backup for something, I believe that if you need a backup for something, needs to be close to being first team proven. केस इन स्टडी चेल्सी, हमारे पास बैकअप में कोई भी नहीं है ऐसा, ठीक है, या मिडफील्ड में थोड़ा है, बट बैकअप में और कोई पोजीशन पे है ही नहीं, उस क्लोज टू बीइंग फर्स्ट इन.
Yeah, and that's an excellent point, Guruji. So, मतलब हमारा if you मतलब what is the whole in Chelsea squad coming back to Chelsea आज के दिन में चलो इमेजिन करते हैं कि एडसन अल्वारेज आ जाता है, कंसिडरिंग हॉफनहाइम से साइन किया है आयैक्स ने, आई एम स्टिल क्वाइट ऑप्टिमिस्टिक. अगर ये हो जाता है, ओबामेयांग हो गया है, फफाना हो गया है, व्हाट इज दैट वन होल दैट यू वुड से इन चेल्सी, और अदर जो भी होल्स अभी चेल्सी में, व्हाट वुड यू वांट अस टू फिल वंस वी हैव अ डायरेक्टर इन प्लेस?
एडसन अल्वारेज का प्लेयर प्रोफाइल क्या है? I'm not
CDM, he's a
sorry, I've
CDM who
not
can
read
also
much.
play center back, लेकिन बहुत rarely खेलता है, he's more like CDM only.
So he's a traditional CDM. Would you describe him as a traditional CDM?
हाँ, तो he is basically someone who is a Jorginho who has the physical element in him, simply put.
Okay.
तो he can press resistant, काफी अच्छा खेलता है, which is something that I feel that Jorginho is underrated at. लेकिन at the same time एक होता है ना, someone who's actually able to read, pass, as well as basically have that physically which is
Needs
needed
a
for the Premier
person
League.
who can pass between the lines. It's simple.
हाँ,
We
simple as
needed
that.
Frankie De Jong. Like I will not believe this thing ki if anyone tells me that we have a person who is better than Frankie De Jong in terms of progressing with the ball. Okay. In terms of progressing with the ball with your feet or with your passes. Okay. So he can do both. So that is the midfielder we need. Like I think even if we probably sign Edson Alvarez, I would not go back and tell people that now let's not sign another defensive midfielder. If you want to sign another midfielder, sign a creative midfielder. Then I'll be very happy. So that's the only gaping hole I feel.
अरे फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल शाउट आउट बनता है भाई डेरिन को. डेरिन अगेन मच लव ब्रो, शाउट आउट एब्सोल्युटली, मेंबर ऑफ ऑलमाइटी ब्लूज एफसी एंड ऑलमाइटी फैन. लेकिन हाँ, अंकित भाई एंड गुरुजी, अकॉर्डिंग टू साइमन फिलिप, चेल्सी कुड मेक लेट मूव फॉर यूरी टिलेमंस. योर थॉट्स? बाय द वे, लव योर वॉइस. एब्सोल्युटली भाई, गुरुजी इज ऑसम. भाई गुरुजी, टिलेमंस मैंने कल एक स्ट्रीम किया था, मैं बोल रहा था भाई अगर टिलेमंस अवेलेबल है, चेल्सी क्यों नहीं जा रही? यू वर टॉकिंग अबाउट डियोंग राइट नाउ. Yes, Tielemans is not that level of quality in terms of consistency in the European level. लेकिन I believe that Tielemans could do a job in the Premier League, right?
I think yes. Tielemans, मुझे तो सरप्राइज हो रहा है कि यार टीलेमेंस को जाने कैसे देती है, मतलब
नहीं, I think वो off the pitch कुछ हुआ है यार. Simply put, I know he
कुछ
himself
हुआ है
also.
डेफिनेटली. भाई I would love a Tielemans any day भाई. Tielemans is a fantastic player भाई. Right now modern day footballer में जब तुम center midfielders को बनाओगे, I think Tielemans could be one of those people to work that profile around, because he is very energetic on the ball. ठीक है, he doesn't shy away from a tackle. ठीक है, he's slowly increasing his upper body strength as well. So he's doing all of that, and he's very good at striking the ball and passing. Okay, so he has a lot of qualities in him that you would want a proper center midfielder to do. And I think Tielemans is a fantastic signing.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, मतलब अगर आते हैं एडसन अल्वारेज और मे बी टीलेमंस इज स्टिल अ लॉन्ग शॉट मेरे ख्याल से, बिकॉज लुक्स लाइक वी आर गोइंग फॉर अ डीएम, क्योंकि सांगारे के साथ भी हम लिंक हुए थे कल. But in case we get that, Guruji, what do you think? मतलब Gilmour is already leaving. लेकिन do you feel that we might just change the system to 4-3-3, 4-1-2-3 जैसे आप बुलाओ, or maybe Gallagher probably needs to go and get more game time, because I'm pretty sure Gallagher और Broya after अगर SNL आ जाते हैं और Aubameyang confirm हो जाते हैं, Broya और Gallagher के camp might be starting to talk, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
तो
Broha, हाँ, मतलब Broha आएगा तो how? No, I would ideally want Broha to get more first team like game time. Okay, because contrary to, like, I was also thinking in my head that we definitely need a striker right now. Okay, but if we get like an proper inside forward from the wings, then I'm fine with the fact that we don't have a striker. So I'm fine with the fact that Broha staying.
यस यस अच्छा भाई वो फीफा स्ट्रीम करना है भाई इनफैक्ट गुरुजी के साथ करना है गुरुजी अगर ट्राई करेंगे यार अपने बात की थे ना उस दिन विल ट्राई फीफा
ट्राई
स्ट्रीम
करते हैं,
टुगेदर
ट्राई करते हैं,
विल
ट्राई
ट्राई
करते हैं। मुझे वो खुद का यार
गुरुजी
स्क्रीन
आप
थोड़ा
तो कौन सा
support करता है।
लेजेंडरी में खेलते हो क्या
हाँ यार, मैंने तूने देखा क्या वो कम्युनिटी पोस्ट? अरे भाई, मैंने लीड सेव किया है भाई। मैं लीड्स लेके खेलता हूँ,
ओके
मजा
ओके
आता है, मजा आता है भाई।
नाइस
I've
नाइस
got
नाइस
I've got a good decent squad, and right now my next match is against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup final. और वही सोच रहा हूँ कि इसको स्ट्रीम करूंगा, इसलिए मैंने कॉल किया था कि
हाँ
भाई
नहीं
मुझे
नहीं
स्ट्रीम
मैं भी
करना
मैं
है
भी
यार।
मिडवे में हूँ तो लास्ट सीजन तो वी वन 6 ट्रॉफीज बट दिस सीजन आई हैव रेज्ड द लेवल ना फाइनली तो लेट्स सी इफ आई कैन गेट दैट बट खेलेंगे भाई डेफिनेटली इफ मुझे वही है अभी ट्रांसफर विंडो का क्रेजीनेस इज गोइंग फॉर द लास्ट 72 आवर्स so अभी वही है वी आर
Yes.
फोकसिंग ऑन दैट और ऑफ कोर्स मिड वीक फुटबॉल भी है बाय द वे आज रात को मैच भी है गुरुजी मैच का थोड़ा सा बात कर लेते हैं भाई लिवरपूल व्हाट इज योर गट फील यार मतलब मेरा तो मैं तो बिंदास बोलता हूँ आपको पता ही है यार मैं तो बोला यार लिवरपूल और लकी यस न्यूकासल वेस्टेड a lot of time लेकिन इट्स पार्ट ऑफ द गेम यार आप एडेड टाइम में हाउ कैन यू गिव 3 एक्स्ट्रा मिनट्स
हाँ भाई, मैंने वो गेम ना ज्यादा नहीं देखा, ठीक है, बट या आई रेड
अरे
अबाउट इट।
बेसिकली 90 कितना 98th मिनट में गोल था एंड दे गॉट 5 मिनट्स ऑफ स्टॉपेज टाइम द फैक्ट दैट इवन इन स्टॉपेज टाइम थोड़ा बहुत गेम्समैनशिप
हाँ,
ने
मोमेंट
किया
थोड़ा,
न्यूकासल ने
हाँ। कुछ पूरे एंड में पूरा गोल मारा ना लिवरपूल।
एकदम लास्ट सेकंड में बोल रहा हूँ एकदम लास्ट सेकंड में फैबियो कार्वालियो आके मारा एक एंड साला प्लेइंग पिंग पोंग इन द बॉक्स फाइनली फेल
आई
टू
थिंक कोइंसिडेंटल था
कार्वालियो
अंकित भाई, आई थिंक कोइंसिडेंटल।
लेकिन वही है
I
ना
know,
लक फेवर्स
I
द
know
ब्रेव
I know being on the opposite end hurts in like during these circumstances, but काफी incidental।
फेयर इनफ लेकिन आज क्या लगता है बाय द वे शाउट आउट है मानव को एब्सोल्युटली मानव जस्ट कमिंग टू दैट लेकिन लेस्टर इफ दे लूज टुनाइट टू मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड is it the end of Brendan Rodgers or would you say
I
that
think they will. I
they
think they
will
will. Yeah, because I think United look a, a bit better than Leicester, and right now, just because of how they picked themselves up, and slightly the pieces of the jigsaw are matching up, ठीक है, तो वो सब चीजें भी अगर आप देख रहे हो तो बहुत सही लगेगा, तो इसलिए मुझे
right
लग रहा है आज का मैच अच्छा हो पाएगा, and I think United may just do one over Leicester.
okay people everyone in the chat आप लोग भी बोलिए यार after looking at the news by the way United आज इतने सारे न्यूज में नहीं है in terms of the transfers because they've done madness with Anthony already in my opinion yes they were hoping for De Jong लेकिन that's a long shot भाई मानव एक चीज मैं बताता हूँ ट्रांसफर विंडो ट्रांसफर स्टोरीज कभी बंद नहीं होते वो रियल वो दैट्स अ थिंग इन फुटबॉल कम होंगे डेफिनेटली लेकिन बंद नहीं होंगे प्रीटी मच श्योर जनवरी का कंसिडरिंग इट्स अ वर्ल्ड कप ईयर अगर 2 अपीयरेंसेस नहीं किया ना 2 अच्छे प्लेयर्स शुरू हो जाएगा भाई ही इज लुकिंग फॉर अ मूव ये लिंक्ड हो जाएगा दैट हैपेंस बट आई डोंट नो मैन मतलब गुरुजी व्हाट आर यू आर मोर ऑफ अ ट्रांसफर विंडो पर्सन और मोर ऑफ अ फुटबॉल पर्सन आई एम मोर ऑफ द लैटर
More of a football person. Like I just
या
want the
सेम हियर
transfers to be done,
करेक्ट
and I just want to get on with the football.
Edson Alvarez has been told by Ajax he has to stay. His much desired move to Chelsea will not happen. Oh my God! और यही सोर्स बताया था कि he has skipped training आज. तो दिव्यांशु थैंक्स फॉर शेयरिंग लेकिन भाई नॉट ग्रेट न्यूज़ फॉर चेल्सी फैंस. चलो कोई नहीं आई थिंक गुरुजी नीड्स टू मूव ऑन उस पर बात करेंगे फ्यू मोर मिनट्स पीपल बट अगेन शाउट आउट है भाई आदित्य गुरु ज्ञान सब लोग जानते ही है अगर बाई चांस नहीं जानते भाई प्लीज सब्सक्राइब और गुरुजी विल बी अभी तो फुटबॉल वापस से और आने वाला है चैंपियंस लीग फुटबॉल शुरू होने वाला है गुरुजी विल बी डिस्कसिंग अ लॉट थैंक्स ऑलवेज एंड मच लव
Thanks, yeah. Thank you all. Thank you.
चलो सी यू गुरुजी इज टेकिंग लीव फॉर नाउ एंड विल सी हिम सून लेकिन भाई साहब अगर ये सच है तो क्या करेंगे भाई चेल्सी वी नीडेड एटलीस्ट 2 साइनिंग्स ऑन डेडलाइन इन माय ओपिनियन वी नीडेड मेरे ख्याल से हमें चाहिए था एक वाइड मिडफील्डर हु कैन प्ले ऑन द विंग्स एज वेल एंड वी नीडेड अ प्रॉपर स्ट्राइकर और मैं तो ये बोलता हूँ राइट विंग बैकअप लेकिन मुझे पता है वी वोंट गो फॉर अ राइट विंग बैकअप बिकॉज ऑफ द फैक्ट दैट Azpilicueta is considered that for whatever reason Pulisic is considered that as well as Ruben Loftus-Cheek is considered that लेकिन अगर if you're not getting a DM, it means that a same midfield play will continue. We need some एक नया वो होता ना, एक नया एक फ्रेशनेस चाहिए इन मिडफील्ड. वी नीडेड सम फ्रेशनेस, दैट्स ऑल आई एम सेइंग. ओबा, डिपाय, ये किस टाइप की साइनिंग्स करने लगा चेल्सी? वी यूज्ड टू बैंटर अबाउट क्लब्स दैट यूज्ड टू साइन सच प्लेयर्स. मिकाइल, who's available, bro? That's the only point. हमने स्काउटिंग की नहीं है. Kalic is going to Wolves. We were linked last year, I know, long time, लेकिन we didn't go for a proper striker up front because हम खेलने चाहते थे with players who kind of played in a fluid system. And then we had Timo Werner leave as well. I know that not great in Chelsea EPL, लेकिन वही है, he probably understood Chelsea way more than a new signing than say a Depay. So for me, I understand what you're saying, लेकिन available कौन था for Chelsea and the money that probably we were able to shed, क्योंकि हमने काफी सारा spend किया ना on Sterling, beat on Koulibaly. Yes, not that much, but if you add up everything, we had a lot of youngsters coming in, so we have spent almost 300 million. So maybe the fact that Aubameyang coming in for maybe a couple of years, and then probably we'll have someone like a Broya ready by then. Maybe we'll go big for Rafael Leao or Nkunku next season. और वो मुझे लगता है they were not available. हम actually interested थे on Nkunku, who could play as a striker, a cam as well as a right winger, लेकिन he wasn't available. Same like Gvardiol in defense. So that's the only thing. Like, again, Mikhail, I don't know if again you're free, but if you can come on and discuss, it'll be absolutely fantastic, bro. Because I am live for a few more minutes, absolutely, because I am going to follow. Again, it's a deadline day, so people, random news आएगा थोड़ा सा, लेकिन भाई काफी news हम discuss करेंगे, absolutely, and we'll be discussing more on what we've already been talking on, or we'll be dwelling on. Okay, Justin Kluivert going to Valencia. That's the latest news by Patrick Kluivert. Everyone remembers. Wow, Douglas Luiz and Arsenal is actually looks like happening, yaar. Acha, nahi, it's between the player and the club. It's not between the clubs. ये है, by the way. Let me see. मैं अगर शेयर कर सकता हूँ तो आपके साथ. But again, people do not forget to like, share, subscribe. Definitely more people have coming in. भाई आप कौन से क्लब से हो और ये बताइए in the chat, और कौन से क्लब के फैन हैं, I mean, and of course, which is a signing which you are looking forward to the most for your club this particular season. ये देखिए, the potential agreement between Douglas Luiz and Arsenal on personal terms would be a 5-year deal. It's ready on the player side, but not yet between the clubs. Wow. Aston Villa insists they don't want to sell Douglas, but player pushing. भाई ये player pushing का what do you have a take? यार कुछ ज्यादा नहीं हो रहा है आजकल. मतलब मैं I've seen a lot happen in the past as well. मैं झूठ नहीं बोलूंगा, लेकिन इस सीजन कुछ ज्यादा ही नहीं हो रहा player pushing वाला. Somehow I feel थोड़ा सा ज्यादा हो रहा है. Again, you might disagree, but let me know what you all think. Okay, then Chelsea Sterling, Darren बोल रहे हैं. Sterling ही है हमारी top signing, is what Darren is saying. What you're looking forward to the most? I feel like Frankie is joining United. No यार, I don't think so. कैसे ज्वाइन करेगा यार? मतलब ओबामेयांग भी चले गए हैं, फ्रैंकी, दे डोंट नीड टू सेल सो मेनी प्लेयर्स आल्सो बार्सिलोना, राइट? और अभी यूनाइटेड क्यों जाएगा यार? मतलब आप देखिए वहां पर बारसा की टीम खड़ी हो रही है यार अच्छी. आई डोंट थिंक देयर इज अ नीड, एंड यस सैलरी इज अ थिंग, लेकिन मेरे लिए लास्ट में करेगा रिड्यूस. दैट विल बी द ओनली वे टू गो इफ ही हैज टू प्ले, और ही विल जस्ट स्टिक ऑन टिल अबाउट डिसंबर एंड देन सी. Chelsea fans not liking Auba, but please wait, you all will love this guy. Okay, thanks. मतलब again maybe वही है ना, थोड़ा Arsenal element लाते हैं, maybe that's why एक back of the mind रहता है. But हाँ, I agree that he will at least do better than जो हमारे forward कर रहे हैं in the last few months. इतना मैं जरूर बताऊंगा. But he's not ideal. जैसे Sterling भी ideal नहीं थे, लेकिन he's definitely better at least for timing. It's not a long term thing, it's a short term thing. लेकिन हाँ 5 weeks के लिए available नहीं है. Yes, players are doing too much. How much will you rate United transfer? चलो यूनाइटेड की बात कर लेते हैं यार. अगेन they have got wall. मैं यहाँ पे क्विकली मैं क्लब्स को रेट करते हैं, ठीक है? तो we might start with Manchester United. Manchester United की ट्रांसफर विंडो people rate it. Again आप बोलिए Manchester United कोलन और मैन यूनाइटेड कोलन ऑलमाइटी, माइटी, सो या वीक या वेरी वीक आप कर सकते हो. मेरे लिए एंटायर ट्रांसफर विंडो अभी तक जो हुआ है, एंड आई डोंट फील पर्सनली कि यार कोई इन होगा एज मच एज फ्रैंकी आप चाहते हो, आई नो मैनचेस्टर फैंस, लेकिन मेरे लिए एंटनी इज अ ब्रिलियंट साइनिंग. 85 मिलियन पाउंड विच इज अबाउट ऑलमोस्ट 100 मिलियन यूरोस, बहुत ही अच्छा साइनिंग है. कैसेमीरो 70 मिलियन पाउंड, बहुत ही अच्छा साइनिंग है. एटलीस्ट फॉर द टाइम बीइंग इट विल हेल्प देम फॉर श्योर. लिसांड्रो मार्टिनेज, जुरी इज आउट. despite him being voted as a player of the month for Manchester United. Wow, I didn't see that coming. लेकिन again अच्छे performances रहे, last 2 performances only. तो jury is out. टाइलन मलेशिया आई थिंक ये अच्छे लगे मुझे फाइनोट के से जो आए 13 मिलियन में, और क्रिश्चियन एरिक्सन आए हैं. तो फॉर मी एंटायर आप देखिए, द प्रॉब्लम वाज इन माय ओपिनियन मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड problem was the character. Do they have that character coming in? Do they have that CDM coming in? तो कैसेमीरो काइंड ऑफ आप दोनों ही चीज एक साथ में कवर कर रहे हो, लेकिन will he have that vertical forward pass enough that you want from a Manchester United team जो मैकफ्रेड नहीं कर रहे थे? इसके लिए मैं दूंगा overall good players potentially, you know, they could be great as well even in Manchester United like in the past. लेकिन I would rate Manchester United का maybe a so-so window at best, क्योंकि यार Casemiro is a brilliant signing, Anthony is a brilliant signing, लेकिन in my opinion they really needed someone who is basically, you know, able to up their mentality a little bit more Premier League experience when it comes to the defense, because Maguire has not been what Maguire used to be once upon a time. और लिसांड्रो मार्टिनेज अभी भी jury is out, इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ so मे बी आप बोलोगे mighty or almighty. Okay, I will jump on later in there. Have to actually run. No problem, bro. I guess all the stopgap signings for attack today. Yeah, it's all stopgap, absolutely, 100%. No director in place, no planning. आपको जानते ही हो. Do you blame players? They also want to upgrade their career. Well, upgrade आप बोल सकते हो, but think about it, everyone. आप देखिए, मतलब no disrespect, Ajax से अगर कोई छोड़ कर अगर मैनचेस्टर आ रहा है, means someone is not just about upgrade नहीं बोलोगे, because Champions League में also you are visible in the world. But यहाँ पर you have more money and the fact that Premier League is much more visible, आप बोल सकते हो. तो you can argue that they are playing with better players here, and that is where they are coming. For example, Ajax to Manchester United, or maybe say let us put an example. यहाँ पर people coming to Wolves, you know, वहाँ भी they have made signings, right? So they are able to get because of Premier League. होता है, it might be an ambition, personal ambition, but at some point in time you have to be professional with your current club, don't you think so? Because आपको salary मिल रही है. Again. Also they kept Ronaldo, which is a plus point. Okay, चलो फिर closer to mighty, but so. But which has been that Premier League best side जिन्होंने किया transfers, in my opinion, it has to be Manchester City यार. Man City, they have got Erling Haaland, Calvin Phillips, जो अभी तक खेले ही नहीं है, Julian Alvarez, Sergio Gomez, young left back, काफी अच्छे left back हो सकते हैं in the future. Alvarez, awesome signing. Haaland broken all records already, will break more records absolutely. और Akanji थोड़ा surplus है, but I would say Man City have the best transfer window. Almighty मैं तो बोलता हूँ Man City का transfer window. Liverpool से थोड़ा सा disappointed हूँ मैं. I must say, just like Manchester United and Chelsea, I don't think they have figured out their midfield clearly. हाँ, they didn't expect कि यार उनका midfield suddenly will, you know, kind of go down, but they haven't replaced Sadio Mane, have they? क्योंकि if you see, they have got Darwin Núñez, लेकिन ऐसा कोई बंदा नहीं लाया है. Fabio Carvalho आप बोल सकते हो, but an immediate starter जो है माने के replacement नहीं लाए वो. In my opinion, that's the only miss. Chelsea का वही है. Chelsea will take time in replacing the characters जो lose किए, especially with Rudiger. As much as Koulibaly आए हैं, for me that loss will be huge. I don't think आप rate कर सकते हो almighty या mighty. मतलब it's closer to mighty at best, considering हम इतना सा पैसा दे रहे in the last minute as well. लेकिन have they worked till now? Only Sterling has. सच में बोलूँ तो maybe Kukurea, you can say that. Europe में I think मेरे लिए it's got to be either Barca, Bayern or PSG. PSG midfield पूरा change कर दिए भाई अपना. Again, they have gotten rid of Paredes. If I'm not wrong, he's going to Juve. अभी तक confirm नहीं है शायद, from what I know. लेकिन again, they have gotten Soler. They have gotten who else? They have gotten, of course, Renato Sanchez. They have gotten Fabian Ruiz. और ज़्यादा पैसे नहीं दिए इन लोगों के लिए. So you think about PSG value for money, great, just like Bayern. And the fact that they have kept hold of Mbappe. Is it a good thing? I don't know. Maybe off the pitch, nahi, on the pitch, it definitely is. Bayern for me had the best window. Darren बोल रहे. Okay, fair enough. भाई यहाँ पे बहुत पटाखे फूट रहे भाई. I think it's about Ganesha again. Happy Ganesha for people celebrating. जब चेल्सी 100 मिलियन दे रही है, डेक्लन ले आती. Well, fair enough. भाई DM के लिए लेकिन 100 मिलियन नहीं दे रहे, 50 मिलियन दे रहे. वही है, there's a difference. वेस्ट हैम से टफ मैच होगा बिल्कुल यार. अगेन पीपल विल बी लाइव लेटर टुनाइट होपफुली ऑन ऑलमाइटी स्पोर्ट्स प्लस. आई ट्राई एंड सेट इट अप after doing a stream with Usman bhai as well as Z bhai एंड आई थिंक AKG वी आर डूइंग ऑन टॉक फुटबॉल HD. तो एक स्ट्रीम अभी करने वाले हैं at 9:30. We'll still be live here till about 8:30 hopefully, लेकिन 9:30 we'll be doing a stream on TFHD. Shout out बनता है to Z भाई, absolutely. And then we will be hopefully doing a stream on Almighty Sports Plus वहाँ पर, because it'll be closer to the deadline hour. And later on, in the night, I think Baba is also live, to shout out उनको भी absolutely. Barca especially considering they paid bargain prices. और yes, कल हम join करेंगे doing a live stream obviously for the weekend. और वीकेंड में पीपल, देयर आर ग्रेट मैचेस, ट्रस्ट मी. हम रिव्यू करेंगे डेडलाइन डे, प्लस वी विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट मैचेस, बिकॉज देयर इज बेसिकली 3 डार्बीज हियर दैट आई कैन रिमेंबर ऑफ. देयर इज वेस्ट हैम चेल्सी, देयर इज ऑफ कोर्स द मर्सीसाइड डार्बी, एंड ऑफ कोर्स द मिलान डार्बी. तो काफी सारा हमने डिस्कस करना है. भाई मिलान का मैं थोड़ा डिसअपॉइंटेड हूं इन टर्म्स ऑफ ट्रांसफर विंडो. देयर बेस्ट विन इज कीपिंग राफेल लियाओ, कीपिंग अ टोनाली, कीपिंग अ टोमोरी, rather extending Tomori. I think वो एक अच्छा चीज रहा है. Yes, they've gotten Origi, they've gotten Charles Ketelaere, but again, Baki not that great. Okay, Barca bought Ritesh Shetty, especially considering they paid bargain prices in the inflated market. Fair enough, and especially the financial situation. नहीं, 150 तो नहीं था. I think 100 million is what he would have come for, but again, it's too much money for a DM. Simply put, I 100% agree there. Leicester United predictions मैंने किया था in the preview, and I had said that United will get the better of Leicester, लेकिन it can be a high-scoring affair. It will be a good one, absolutely. If we can give 100 for Gvardiol, we can get Declan for 80. By the way, there's a difference. I think it's the other way around, Derin. 100 million, we are giving 100 million euros, 90 million euros, which is about 75 million pounds. Declan का प्राइस quoted is 100 million pounds. So pounds और euros में थोड़ा सा मिक्स कर दियो, लेकिन I get your point. थोड़ा सा और 20 मिलियन ज्यादा देकर डेक्लन राइस ले आते. फेयर इनफ. आई थिंक चेल्सी कर रही है मोर लाइक कोई भी अवेलेबल है ना, यंग गाई हु इज अवेलेबल, एंड बेसिकली आवर कंपटीशन माइट टेक, यू जस्ट बाय हिम. डेक्लन राइस इस सीजन में एनीवे ही विल नॉट गो, लुक्स लाइक. तो मे बी चेल्सी नेक्स्ट सीजन जाए डेक्लन राइस के लिए. दैट माइट बी अ थिंग, हु नोज. वॉच ऑन करेंगे क्या? वॉच ऑन करते करते ट्रांसफर विंडो करेंगे क्या निखिल? चलो ठीक है, कर लेंगे. मतलब अगेन आई होप एवरीवन कम्स यार. एवरीवन डू कम ऑन ऑलमाइटी स्पोर्ट्स प्लस. इट्स ऑलवेज लिंक्ड इन डिस्क्रिप्शन बिलो. विल चेल्सी साइन ऑन द प्लेयर नाउ ड्यूरिंग डेडलाइन डे? व्हाट डू यू थिंक हैदर? मुझे लग रहा है अगेन टॉक अबाउट द क्लब्स व्हिच नीड अ डेडलाइन डे साइनिंग. अभी भी आई बिलीव आर्सेनल माइट डू विद डगलस लुइस. मैं तो बोलता हूँ, मैं खुद डगलस लुइस आई विल टेक हिम राइट नाउ. यस, ही मे नॉट स्टार्ट इन चेल्सी एवरी गेम, but I think he starts a few games, और वो he's a good player to come on to एक full stop डालने गेम को. Not like a Mikel, but very different player who can play with the ball well और पास भी करते अच्छा. But Edson Alvarez is 15 million euros. अभी रिपोर्ट्स पढ़ा यार, आप लोग ने शेयर किया है that Ajax नहीं छोड़ रही है Edson Alvarez को. That might be an issue. So we might go in for Sangare. अभी. And yes, किसी ने बोला था Marco van Ginkel is there. भाई Marco van Ginkel PSV में है. In fact, I was a huge fan of Marco van Ginkel. In fact, I was in touch with him as well, a couple of years ago. Lekin Marco van Ginkel is not a DM. He's a cam proper. He's a proper cam. He's more like a cam who can play central midfielder. He's a number 8 / number 10. So that's what he is. He's not a number 6 in my opinion after injuries that he's had. But हाँ, Sangare is there. Frankie de Jong in the house. Frankie de Jong भाई पूरा समर आपने घुमाया भाई 3 क्लब्स को, 4 क्लब्स इनफैक्ट, PSG भी थोड़ा देर के लिए. क्या कर रहे हो अब लास्टली? आप बोलिए, आप आराम से रेस्ट कर रहे हो, वर्ल्ड कप के लिए रेडी हो रहे हो, कि बेसिकली आप कर रहे हो? नहीं, मुझे बारसा में ही रहना है और खेलना है एट लोअर वेजेस आल्सो. लेट मी नो फ्रैंकी de Jong United. I doubt it. Let's see. Tell us your top 3 signings. Wow, top 3 signings. It has to be Haaland, yaar. Haaland has to be there right up. Again, maybe before the season jury was out थोड़ा सा, लेकिन after seeing his performances especially and seeing कितने chances create करते हैं सिटी और value for money, Haaland last season 100 million में भी नहीं ready था आने के लिए, along with his agent. Of course, his late agent, लेकिन 60 million, wow, peanuts है भाई for that amount of product. Haaland इतने young है, he can be the next big thing in Europe for ever. That kind of element रखते हैं. So Haaland for me has to be my top signing, absolutely top signing. मैं बोलता हूँ Haaland है, my value for money and all that. एक और मैं बोलूंगा second signing जो मेरा रहा है, in my opinion, Gabriel Jesus. Yes, थोड़ा सा अच्छा नहीं लग रहा as a Chelsea fan. दैट मैंने स्टर्लिंग के ऊपर गैब्रियल जेसस को लिया, लेकिन आई हैव बीन प्रूवन रॉन्ग. मैंने बोला है कि गैब्रियल जेसस वाजंट एन आउट एंड आउट गोल स्कोरर. आर्सेनल को चाहिए था सच कैन एलिमेंट, बट वो आने से क्या हो गया, ओडेगार्ड को मिल गया वो स्पेस और एक क्रिएटिव केमिस्ट्री बन गया है बिटवीन देम टू, और वहां पर दोनों का अच्छा मिल बन रहा है. और गैब्रियल जेसस नॉट जस्ट स्टार्टेड द सीजन वेल, और वो समझ गए द गेम प्लान ऑफ आर्सेनल मे बी लिटिल बिट बेटर देन व्हाट स्टर्लिंग हैज डन एट चेल्सी. ठीक है, एंड ऑफ कोर्स स्टर्लिंग अभी भी स्ट्राइकर से खेल रहे, तो अभी तक रेट नहीं करते. तो प्रीमियर लीग में तो हालैंड और गैब्रियल जेसस में करो, और जनरली मैं बोलूं ना, ओवरऑल में आई थिंक यू कैन आर्ग्यू मे बी साडियो माने टू बायर्न म्यूनिख. You can probably say that because he'll score you a lot of goals, trust me, and he brings experience and he can play on the wings as well as a striker. Sadio Mane to Bayern Munich. Again, we are tempted by to go with the attackers, I know. But अगर defensively बोलो तो Mazraoui to Bayern Munich again. What a brilliant signing that is. Or what else? I feel that मे बी इन यूरोप, और मैं सोचने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, और मैं देखता हूँ यार, लिस्ट है मेरे पास यहाँ पर रेडी, लेकिन I don't know, just maybe Real Madrid. Yes, we haven't spoken about Real Madrid because they did their transfers very early on. So Real Madrid में the fact that Casemiro has gone might just open up your Germany to more chances. हाँ, Rudiger I would say, लेकिन भाई Ancelotti is not using Rudiger exactly how he's going to be used. So in my opinion, आप बोलोगे maybe him, Lewandowski to Barca is always a chance. मतलब I know 4-5 मैंने name किए. These are my top signings. Chelsea handle king with care. बिल्कुल युवराज, absolutely. I hope so. I hope he gets well soon and gets ready by. How is he mentally? That's more important मेरे लिए. Maignan moving to Chelsea for any big six in Premier League. Well, let's see यार. मतलब he is one of the top goalkeepers. I think you're talking about Maignan, ना, goalkeeper of AC Milan, French goalkeeper. But he is going to be one of the top. And again, Donnarumma moved here from AC Milan. Again, आप नहीं सोच रहे थे Donnarumma will move. He loved AC Milan to the core, लेकिन he moved. And Maignan has done madness last season. In my opinion, गोलकीपर प्रोबेबली चेल्सी में थोड़ा इफी है सिचुएशन, सच में बोलूं तो, लेकिन मैं बोल रहा हूँ राइट विंग बैक आई रादर वांट. आई कैन सी मैग्नियन काइंड ऑफ मूविंग टू प्रीमियर लीग समडे. एंड मैं बोलूं ना कौन सा क्लब जाएगा, आई एम गेसिंग, अगेन माय गट फील मैं बोल रहा हूँ, आई हैव अ फीलिंग दैट either of Manchester United or maybe Tottenham might go for him, because again Lloris is not very young, right? Just putting it out there. Laporta in Manchester. Okay. What about Madrid? बिल्कुल. I think Madrid मैंने luckily याद किया Madrid को भी. बार्गेन साइनिंग, हाँ बार्गेन साइनिंग तो नहीं है, लेकिन वही है इन टर्म्स ऑफ क्वालिटी भाई. अभी भी फिट है यार, अभी भी स्कोर करेंगे यार. पिचिची किसको मिलेगा भाई, आप बोलिए. इट बी बेंजिमा और लेवेंडोव्स्की. आई कैन आर्ग्यू इट कैन बी ईदर, इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, दैट्स द ओनली थिंग. लपोर्टा इन मैनचेस्टर, वाओ. देखते हैं यार, मतलब आई डोंट नो, मतलब डोंट टेल मी दैट इज इट फॉर, मे बी इट इज फॉर, आई डोंट नो. आई नो डालो वाज लिंक्ड, Diego Dallo. Can they get two right backs Barca all of a sudden? I don't think so. Dallo has been doing decently, or he fight for Manchester United in recent weeks. Dion United abhi bhi doubt lag raha hai mujhe. Anyway, Rafinha and Kunde. Divyanshu, you know why I didn't pick that, but koi nahi, no much love bro. Barca board told Bayern board to mention 45 plus 10. Okay, interesting that. Let's see. Again, I don't think money comes into picture. सच में बोलता हूँ मैं. Lewandowski is that good. Let's be real भाई, आपको पता है मुझे. Come on. माने बहुत ही अच्छे से. साडियो माने टू बायर्न, बिल्कुल. I think, believe me, we have to go for Sesko. He's going to be another Haaland. भाई Sesko is already gone. Next season he is going to Leipzig. Salzburg से Leipzig जा रहे, so that is done for now at least. Rate Barcelona transfer window भाई, again I would say mighty. अगर वो करते थे, अगर proper right back लेते ना, I would have rated almighty. हाँ, Alonso in my opinion is a good plan B, लेकिन right back में they don't have a good plan A in my opinion. So that's the only reason मैं कर रहा हूँ mighty, not almighty, especially considering जो हुआ है in terms of the finances. Benzema पिचिची जीतेंगे. Okay, do you agree that Barca have the worst fan base? Why यार? No, मैं generalize नहीं करता हूँ मुझे. Like again, do I know every fan in the world of Barca? Do I know every fan in the world of maybe a Chelsea? नहीं. Even I would also say I love the Chelsea fan base. I love basically Serie A fan base generally. लेकिन कैन आई जनरलाइज? आई एम नॉट वन ऑफ दोज यार. मैं आई डोंट वांट टू सिट ऑन द फेंस. द फैक्ट दैट, हाँ इतना जरूर बोलूंगा, मेरा पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस अगर पूछो ना, आई वेलकम एवरीवन. मेरा पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस हैज प्रोबेबली बीन द वर्स्ट विद more Arsenal fans. Again, आप बोलोगे मे बी आर्सेनल इज लंदन राइवल, इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ, लेकिन आई हैव पर्सनली एक्सपीरियंस दैट, आर्सेनल फैंस के साथ ज्यादा रहा है मेरा। लेकिन अगेन मैंने काफी बार बोला है, लिवरपूल इज आल्सो माय ऑपोजिशन क्लब, तो लिवरपूल आर्सेनल के साथ ज्यादा भिड़ंत हुई है मेरी। हाँ, मैं न्यूट्रल रहा हूँ व्हेन कम्स टू ला लीगा एंड अदर लीग्स, दैट इज व्हाई मे बी आप बोल सकते हो, बट I generally feel that generalizing is not really good in my opinion. And again, certain section, yes, I agree, but not entire fan base. 4 weeks without a striker, wanna cry. Darren, इसीलिए that midfield is very important. एक fresh element चाहिए हमें midfield में, so that we can, एक होता ना open up a Mount a little bit more, खेलते हैं Havertz a little bit more in number 8 position, और maybe a Gallagher, वो तीनों कर सकते हैं नंबर 8 में, तो दैट इज व्हाई आई वांट दैट, और नंबर 10 में आप बोल सकते हो, दैट इज व्हाई आई वांट दैट मिडफील्डर सीडीएम टू कम, जो नहीं आ रहे लग रहा है अभी एज थिंग्स गो। ओके, गॉट माने फॉर, ओके, वाओ, नाइस वन। बारसा एंड लीड्स, आई डोंट नो, लीड्स definitely dirty Leeds, मैं तो बोलता हूँ, sorry Leeds fans, man, you know, man, you're also my rival. How do you think Dest would fit at Milan? I have said it, I don't see him starting many games. As much as Pioli, does he rotate much? Not as much. तो मैं बोलूंगा यहाँ पर when you have a Calabria as well as basically you have in someone in Florenzi जो experience भी लाते हैं, I don't think Dest starts much. He can be at best a backup at left back or a backup at right back. So that's my only concern for Dest. क्या मैंने, और मुझे नहीं लगता परमानेंट साइन करेगी in my opinion Dest को, unless he does a madness in those couple of early appearances. क्या यूनाइटेड, मैन यूनाइटेड टॉप 4 का चांस है या बाहर? मैंने तो बाहर बोला है। I feel that it'll take time for everything to gel, just like a Chelsea, a Manchester United, or maybe a Liverpool this season. They will, I think, be fighting for that 4th spot. I think Man City top, 2nd spot ke liye it will be probably actually Arsenal as well. So I would say it's really a fight. My call is that Manchester United will be just outside top 4. I genuinely feel that it's Tottenham who have looked the most convincing, despite एक होता है ना गेम प्ले इतना अच्छा नहीं लग रहा होगा, लेकिन they are getting exactly what Conte needs out of them. You know, that's what मैं बोलूंगा, simple as that. और Arsenal का they had an easier run. I would still wait for juries out. लेकिन generally Man City have looked the best out of them. Chelsea have probably not looked the best at all, or the top 6 along with Manchester United. That's मैं बोलूँ तो on a consistent basis. Okay, bro, it's on individual people. It's up to you if you want to be disrespectful or not. Don't generalize, brother. Exactly. वही बोलता हूँ, मतलब मैं काफी बार बोलता हूँ, मतलब people generalize, मतलब मैं I can share with you all. Again, I tell you all are my friends, right? Life experience से share कर रहा हूँ यार मैं। Basically, I have lived in multiple cities, ठीक है, और मुझे पता है people generalize and that's the thing. वो लोगों का काम तो है कहना यार, लोगों का काम है जज करना, लेकिन how can you मतलब even staying abroad, again, nothing against the country I was in, nothing against people, lekin most of the people said, okay, Indians don't do this way. By how can you generalize a country with 1 billion or rather itne billion people? How can you generalize? I don't know. इतने सारे cultures है, इतने सारे backgrounds है, इतने सारे basically languages है, इतने सारे रहन सहन का, you know, kind of lifestyle है. I don't know how can you generalize. And same thing even with thoughts, you know, yes, आपका experience, personal experience might be bad with a certain club के fans, but do they represent the entire fan base? No, that's only what I'm saying. Okay, according to recent performances, who do you think will be UCL finalist? Okay, UCL finalist, I think मैंने prediction की थी when we got the draws. Yes, group draws ही हुए अभी तक, so it's kind of early, but considering the transfer window and the draws, I think it still has to be Bayern Munich for me. Bayern Munich has to be one of the favorites, no two ways about it. And yes, मैंने early on नहीं बोला था Man City, but the fact that Man City have not lost Bernardo Silva, I think Man City के साथ जाऊंगा मैं. Man City, PSG, let me call 4 semi-finalists. Depends on the draw, of course, but early prediction after the transfer window or draws जो थे, group draws that is, Man City, we have Bayern Munich, we have PSG, yes, you heard it here, and Real Madrid. These are my 4 who look the strongest for me. Yes, I have not counted Liverpool in Europe, that's for real, and of course Chelsea, but Chelsea, Liverpool, Barcelona, you know, Juventus, maybe in the top 8 मैं बोलता हूँ. Maybe I missed some big team, I'm pretty sure I am, लेकिन कोई नहीं. Spurs is not a big team in Champions League, no disrespect, लेकिन you know what I mean, come on. Nobody talking about United's fan base. Well, again, can we generalize? No. For me, it's Arsenal. Well, yeah, personal experience you can share. Mera experience has not been very good with वेरी स्ट्रेंजली टॉटनम के फैन बेस से मेरा आई हैव अ लॉट ऑफ फ्रेंड्स, लेकिन आर्सेनल एंड लिवरपूल मेरा है मेरा फैन बेस, बट अगेन आई हैव फ्रेंड्स देयर आल्सो, नथिंग अगेंस्ट देम. When you defend your club from delusional, अरे come on दिव्यांशु, come on. कोई नहीं. अंकित भाई, oh wow, that's brilliant news यार, बहुत ही अच्छा न्यूज़ है. Adesh, thanks for the news. According to source, Juve wanted to sell Zakaria. Thoughts? Wow, why would they? Is it because Rabiot ko they couldn't get a deal at Manchester United? I really feel that Zakaria has not done so bad as what he's made out to be. Or maybe McKennie is finally, if I'm not wrong, he's fit. Very strange, huh? Zakaria, they shouldn't lose, यार. Zakaria, Locatelli, McKennie और basically Rabiot, आपका एक बढ़िया फोर है यार in midfield. They can actually do a job. They're proper or just unleash the forward जो PSG भी करते हैं. I think that is how they should play, in my opinion, because their tactics are not great. We know that. Yeah, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. Delete one. अरे यार भाई, come on, Derin. मतलब एक आप अगर if you're putting बंदूक मेरे इस पर रख रहे हो और बोल रहे हो भाई आप डिलीट करो, करना ही है, तब मैं बोल रहा हूँ भाई. अगेन आई एम गोइंग प्योरली विद व्हाट आई एम एज अ फैन, राइट. अच्छा चलो, as a defender I like old school defending more than basically someone who's a ball player, a better clever positioning etc, or someone who's more versatile. That's what मैं बोलता हूँ. लेकिन Maldini could do both. That's the worst part. Having said that, and I've said it time and again, for me, if you tell me the top 3 footballers, आप अगर pick करो blind होकर आप pick करो top 3 footballers ever, you have to pick, उसमें जाता है भाई टेरी का नाम. And that's for real. टेरी जाता है मुझे, मेरे लिए, even before Lampard and Drogba. Robben, Terry, and maybe Kaka. These are my 3, proper footballers as such. So I think I have to go with जॉन टेरी. माल्डिनी, रियली सॉरी ब्रो, यू आर अ लेजेंड. लेकिन मैंने गोट टीम में डाला है भाई माल्डिनी को, आपको याद है हमने किया था भाई, ऑलमाइटी स्पोर्ट्स प्लस पे किया था, और ऑलमाइटी स्पोर्ट्स प्लस पे विल होपफुली बी लाइव अगेन बिफोर मिडनाइट टुडे फॉर couple of hours there as well. Alvarez not leaving, confirmed on OneFootball as well. Oh my god, let me see, refresh and see भाई कुछ आया है. कुछ Chelsea, man, we need one more player. Would we go late for a Zaha? I know it's different player altogether, लेकिन I generally feel that we need more freshness. अटैक, मिडफील्ड और अटैक हमें चाहिए कुछ फ्रेशनेस. और ओके, यू हर्ड इट हियर. हालैंड रिप्लेसेस बेंजेमा. ओके, जाओ फेलिक्स रिप्लेसेस लेवेंडोव्स्की. ओके, एंड एम्बापे स्टिल रिमेन्स इन पीएसजी. ओके, आई विल रिमेंबर दिस, युवराज, बिल्कुल. Who would you prefer, Ronaldo or Aubameyang in Chelsea? Well, I would have preferred Ronaldo any day of the week. लेकिन Tuchel, I am with Tuchel. I understand why he's going for Aubameyang, considering the footballing philosophy. There are so many opposition club fans. Well, again, is there everyone? No, Divyanshu. I think again, as a Chelsea fan, मैं share कर सकता हूँ आपके साथ. Man, Chelsea and Manchester United fans भी to some extent, and that's a stat. Chelsea and Manchester United are the 2 most hated clubs in the world. Let me be honest. ठीक है, तो we are okay with it, यार. It's okay. So you know your stuff, as in be with that. Maldini is greater than John Terry. Yes, as a player, 100%. लेकिन वही है ना, if I have to pick one in my team, मैं बोल रहा हूँ जॉन टेरी. लेकिन मच लव JSK, नाइस टू सी यू ऑलवेज. अगेन मैं दोनों को बहुत चाहता हूँ यार, दोनों मेरे सेंटर बैक पार्टनरशिप होंगे, सिंपल एज दैट, आप जानते ही हो. लेकिन अगेन पीपल, अगेन लॉट ऑफ डिस्कशंस हमने किए हैं, बीट रेटिंग द ट्रांसफर विंडो फॉर क्लब्स, बीट रेटिंग द ट्रांसफर विंडो ऑफ लीग्स, और आफ्टर द ट्रांसफर विंडो विच इज द लीग्स दैट यू थिंक जहां पर सबसे ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट होगा आफ्टर द ट्रांसफर विंडो, आप बोलिए. For me, it will still be Premier League, in my opinion. लेकिन El Clasico is going to be crazy this time. El Clasico is going to be crazy. और Serie A में कम हुए. I know that Inter Milan are not so convincing जो हुआ है उनका ट्रांसफर भी. लेकिन I think वही है. Every club in Serie A has not got a good transfer. So वहाँ पर strangely Roma has got the best one. लेकिन I don't see them at that level either. तो यहाँ पर 4 horse race होता है in Serie A. तो for me, प्रीमियर लीग इन सेरिया ज्यादा मैं पसंद करूंगा इन टर्म्स ऑफ वीक बाय वीक. लेकिन इन टर्म्स ऑफ सर्टेन मैचेस, एटलेटिको मैड्रिड भी, डोंट काउंट देम आउट पीपल, दे हैव अ वेरी गुड स्क्वाड. रिमेंबर, अगर सिमियोने कैन चेंज हिज टैक्टिक्स अ लिटिल बिट, तो आप लोग बोलिए. प्रीमियर लीग बोल रहे हैं संकेत. ओके, या बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. अंकित भैया, व्हाट्स द रीजन ऑफ कीपिंग प्लेयर्स दैट डोंट वांट टू प्ले फॉर यू? वेल, थिंग्स चेंज यार देरेन. अगर काफी यंग प्लेयर्स है ना, दे चेंज. और मैं एग्जांपल्स देता हूँ. मैंने एक्चुअली वीडियो भी किया था, आपने शायद देखा भी था शायद. वी डिड अ वीडियो वेयर बिग ट्रांसफर जो रिंग्स हुए थे फॉर विद चेल्सी, फॉर एग्जांपल. they had backed out in the last moment, be the player or the club, और मोस्टली क्लब ही रहा है. और एग्जांपल्स है डानी एल्वेज व्हेन ही वाज इन सेविया, ठीक है. एग्जांपल है मॉडरिच व्हेन ही वाज इन टॉटनहम हॉटस्पर, ठीक है. तो देयर आर अ लॉट ऑफ एग्जांपल. जॉन स्टोन जब वो एवर्टन में थे, तो दे वर with their respective clubs, तो उन्होंने अच्छा किया for the next 6 to 12 months after getting their head after the window was closed, or then they moved to maybe a third club. तो वो होता है because sometimes clubs are so desperate to keep a certain player because of the fact that they don't have anyone literally. Leicester is an example आज के दिन में. I don't know why they're letting go players. They cannot let go players. They need players definitely there, or they have to hope that transfer window होने के बाद भी they will be fine in terms of performance on the pitch. 20, okay, according to you, under 24 years, best striker, best midfielder, best centre back. Wow, good question, Yuvraj. Best striker under 24 years. Under 24 years, Haaland का कितना एज है भाई? It has to be Haaland. Mbappe, Haaland. I would still put Haaland. Proper striker बोलोगे तो नहीं, Mbappe यार, Mbappe. मैं थोड़ा सा एम्बापे पे जाता हूँ. अगर पीपल देखा होगा भाई, मैं जैसे खेलता हूँ FIFA 22, तो आई थिंक एम्बापे काइंड ऑफ वर्क्स मोर फॉर मी, मे बी दैट वे, आई डोंट नो. लेकिन एम्बापे आई वुड पुट. यस, आई विल नॉट पुट हिम एज अ प्रॉपर सेंटर फॉरवर्ड, लेकिन ही कम ऑन, ही इज अ स्ट्राइकर, ही इज नॉट लाइक अ विंगर रियली. बेस्ट मिडफील्डर अंडर 24 इयर्स, आई थिंक इन टर्म्स ऑफ गेम प्ले जो मुझे दिखता है, अगेन वहां पर हालैंड एम्बापे दोनों को डाला, यहाँ पर भी दोनों को डालो यार, एक जन मुश्किल है. तो मैं जा रहा हूँ अंडर 24 जमाल मुसियाला, डेफिनेटली वन, नो टू वेज अबाउट इट. ह्यूज रिग्रेट होगा चेल्सी फैंस के लिए. सेकंड मेरे लिए होगा, आई थिंक इट्स गॉट टू बी पेड्री मैन, और एज अ फर्स्ट ऑर्डर नहीं है, मतलब दोनों ही बेसिकली, पेड्री और जमाल मुसियाला. और सेंटर बैक आप लोग भी बोलो, अब सबके बोलो यार, बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है युवराज का. सेंटर बैक अंडर 24 years ऑफ एज, ओके, दिस इज इंटरेस्टिंग. रूबेन डियास 24 हो गए क्या? जस्ट चेकिंग. अराहो यार, अराहो, ही इज दैट गुड इन माय ओपिनियन. अराहो इज दैट गुड. और एक और मैं बोलना चाहूंगा तो आई डोंट थिंक ग्वार्डियोल, आई डोंट थिंक, थोड़ा सा हाइप्ड है इन माय ओपिनियन, आई हैव सीन हिम मच. भाई सेंटर बैक काफी इंटरेस्टिंग है. फोफाना नहीं, नॉट रियली. सालिबा नो, नॉट रियली. हु एल्स? देखते हैं. मिलिटाओ, ही इज आल्सो यंग इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग. मिलिटाओ इज आल्सो फेयरली यंग. मैं चेक कर रहा हूँ उनका एज. मिलिटाओ का 24 है. अंडर 24 नहीं मानोगे. रूबेन डियाज भी शायद 24 है, करेक्ट मी इफ आई एम रॉन्ग. ही इज 25, ओके. एनीवे, मतलब यू नो माय चॉइस. टोमोरी अभी भी मिस्टेक्स यार, आई वुडंट कॉल हिम दैट गुड राइट नाउ. मिलान डार्बी बिल्कुल यार, हम लाइक आई सेड वी विल बी बैक फॉर द मिलान डार्बी एज वेल एज द Premiership entire weekend के preview back tomorrow live, and before that tonight on Almighty Sports Plus भी we'll try and do a live around midnight along of watch along. Okay. Congrats Abhishek, thanks, but for Aubameyang is what you're saying, I'm assuming. Yuvraj, Mbappe, Musiala, delete can be यार आज के दिन में on form. I would not say that. He can be. I to love him being a Dutch supporter, लेकिन I don't think he's there yet in my opinion. हेलो समर्थ, कैसे हो भाई? मच लव, बहुत दिन हो गए देखे हुए, बट अगेन मच लव टू फेलो ऑलमाइटी फैमिली मेंबर व्हिच इज ऑलमाइटी फैन. समर्थ अपने मेंबर, शाउट आउट है भाई. समर्थ, व्हिच वाज द ट्रांसफर आपके लिए भाई? बेस्ट ट्रांसफर कौन सा था विंडो में? और लेट मी नो व्हाट आर यू लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड इन द नेक्स्ट फ्यू आवर्स. देखते हैं भाई, पैथेटिक है, देखते हैं हाउ ही डज. अभी भी 2-3 गेम्स ही हुए, देयर विल गिव हिम टाइम, लेट्स सी. या वही है, सम ऑपोजिशन फैंस यार, लेट्स नॉट जनरलाइज. डिलेक्ट भाई, काफी लोग डिलीट बोले. कलुलू भाई, कलुलू कैसा है ना, लास्ट वीकेंड इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग वापस से आ गए यार. डेनिश कैप्टन, दी एसी मिलान, यू नो, यू कैन से he doesn't deserve to start over Kalulu, लेकिन I think आ गए यार एसी मिलान में. he made his first appearance after the injury, and that is I think maybe making sense because next to him is Tomori. लेकिन Kalulu probably deserves to start for now. लेकिन I would not call him top under 24 center back in the world आज के दिन में, सच में बोलूं तो. बेस्ट हालैंड था और बेस्ट वो बारसा लेवेंडोव्स्की. या सिमंस वेंट ऑन लोन, ओके, वो तो एक्सपेक्टेड था. कोनाटे, हाँ, कोनाटे कैन बी अ गुड शाउट, लेकिन हैज ही डन इनफ कंसिस्टेंटली? नॉट रियली इन माय ओपिनियन. Upamecano I was hoping यार, but Konate turned out to be better, that's a fact. लेकिन अगेन मैं देख रहा हूँ क्विकली इफ देयर इज सम न्यूज़ बिफोर वी गो, सो दैट यू नो वी काइंड ऑफ फिनिश ऑल. एंड यस पीपल, आयाक्स का ये कंफर्म हो गया है, 8 मिनट पहले ही फेब्रिशियो ने कंफर्म किया है दैट दे हैव अ फ्लोरियन ग्रिलिश who's joining from Hoffenheim on a free. So that's an excellent signing for Ajax because Ajax has lost a lot of players. Lekin does it mean Edson Alvarez is available at a certain price? I know statements are he's not available, but what would you say यहाँ पर Ajax? Again, I would want Ajax, the tradition to continue. I don't want them to lose as many players. Of course, a huge loss for them with Sebastian Haller. Of course, जो निकले थे, and of course, I hope he gets well. And I know Dortmund will miss that. But generally speaking, Ajax has missed a lot of players. Lekin Ocampos, yaar, Ocampos, he's not a bad player. Remember, La Liga fans, what do you think? Ocampos has moved there. So do you think Ocampos कर सकते हैं something in Ajax? Lisandro Martinez, interesting. The best transfer season would be Haaland, definitely, and second would be Kunde. Kunde, again, jury is out. Depends on कौन सा role खेलते हैं. If he continues playing right back and if does well, wow. But I would still say that Kunde has a mistake in him. So does Fofana. So does Saliba. तो interesting रहेगा वहाँ पर which French defender does better. Let's see. William Saliba, yes, you can count him as a new transfer almost because again a youngster under 24 है. Why not? But again, if I'm not wrong, in Marseille, where was he was last season, कुछ mistakes किए थे उन्होंने. I remember that. बिल्कुल. What's happened to Upamecano? पता नहीं यार. I don't know. Like I think वो ball playing थोड़ा खुद ज़्यादा ही करते हैं, in my opinion. That's the only thing. He should go a little bit old school. What Kurt Zouma does. Kurt Zouma थोड़ा रह कर आ जाओ भाई Upamecano के साथ में for Bayern fans. लेकिन he's not that bad as what people are making out to be, in my opinion. Jordi Alba to Inter. Wow. ये कब हो गया यार? ये कब हो गया? सोच बताइए. डिमार्जियो. Alonso आने के बाद Balde is first choice I hear, so looks like that might actually be a thing. Let me see. अगर मैं देख रहा हूँ भाई, if I can see if there's a source. Let's see if DiMarzio has said something, or is it Gerard Romero? यहाँ मैं देखने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. मुझे तो नहीं लग रहा कुछ अभी तक, लेकिन अगर सोर्स बता सको तो बढ़िया रहेगा. जॉर्डी अल्बा टू इंटर वाला एंडी. अंकित भाई, आर यू गाइस गेटिंग फफाना इन? भाई आ गया. इज डन, ऑलरेडी अनाउंस्ड. फफाना इज डन. लेट मी एक्चुअली शो इट यार. ये तो दिखा ही सकते हैं ना थोड़ा सा. लेट मी शो इट टू यू. ये तो थोड़ा सा बनता ही भाई. टशनबाजी एज अ चेल्सी फैन थोड़ा बनता ही है. लेट्स बी ऑनेस्ट. एज मच एज ही इज स्टिल नॉट द फिनिश्ड प्रोडक्ट इन माय ओपिनियन, ही इज स्टिल हैविंग दैट ऑड पेनल्टी देता है वो बंदा. लेकिन अगेन हु कैन बी परफेक्ट. ये वाला बढ़िया. ये वाला तो दिखाना बनता है. एक चीज है फफाना के बारे में दे हैव शेयर्ड, which I believe even the neutrals will like. And everyone, do not forget to like the stream. भाई 200 likes हो गए क्या अभी तक? Hopefully 200 likes हो गए होंगे. Let me know mods. लेकिन once a blue, Fofana is Chelsea. ये है भाई. He is one. For a change, we have gotten someone as a defender who wanted Chelsea. I know that Luke Shaw in the past wanted Chelsea. He was a Chelsea fan. As a midfielder, bhai, we had Sancho who was a Chelsea fan. Pogba was a kind of a Chelsea fan. लेकिन आने गए थे. लेकिन लुकाको आप बोलोगे Chelsea fan थे, आए थे. क्या हुआ सबको पता है second time. लेकिन this is what it is. तो काफी interesting है Fofana का signing. Again, we have really done. By the way, shout out बनता है to Ruud Gullit, one of our legends. Absolutely, जो उन्होंने change किया. Those European signings जो आए थे चेल्सी में in late 90s and early 2000s was because of Ruud Gullit. Zola came to English football because of Ruud Gullit. तो इसलिए मैं बोलता हूँ. And of course he was a player manager as well, Ruud Gullit. तो happy birthday आपको absolutely. चलो यहाँ पे Pirlo left Milan for Juve. I was okay यार. मतलब क्योंकि यार in Serie A ना it is expected. Legend, proper legend. लेकिन if I remember right, he did have a very, 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 very awesome stint. At the end of the day, yaar, it is Serie A. Serie A mein people move from one club to another, and that's the reality. We are used to it more compared to maybe in in Premier League and La Liga. A genuine question: is it ethical to target a single club and buy all their players by offering some very lucrative deals? Oh wow! You know what, Divyanshu, मैं झूठ नहीं बोलूंगा. Harry Redknapp has actually in the past done that or tried to do that, or he has admitted to doing that. Let's not agree that he's done that, लेकिन he's admitted to do that. मैंने उनका कोई तो मैं सुन रहा था interview that it was an old school thing कि you weaken your opposition, or that used to be one of the things. So I think ethical नहीं है really. Same thing like for example, why do you think a rule आया है कि यार Chelsea or any other club can loan only one maximum player to any Premier League club? That rule has come. Why? Because of the same reasons. You cannot just do that. You cannot just अपने player बांट दो एक ही player के साथ, और basically when you play that club, you're not having them available. ठीक है, तो वही सेम चीज इन द ऑपोजिट साइड है. तो आई वुड से नॉट एथिकल, बट अगेन technically nothing wrong in that, right? Harry Maguire. Wow, some players stay players because you were very very close. Okay, and Auba is one of those players. Wow, Thomas Tuchel says, wow, interesting that. Ankit bhaiya, Lecroix to Southampton, your thoughts? Wow man, Southampton का डिफेंस अच्छा हो जाएगा काफी. बेला कोचैप हमने देखा है भाई परसों ही क्या किया था चेल्सी के साथ पे, और दे हैव अ सलीसू एंड दे हैव अ लेक्रॉइक्स. अगर ला देते आई थिंक इट विल बी टू मच. दे हैव अ लिवरेमेंटो कमिंग बैक, काइल वॉकर पीटर्स. वाओ मैन, साउथहैम्पटन दे आर गोइंग टू स्टॉप लीकिंग गोल्स इन माय ओपिनियन. हाँ, थोड़ा सा रैश है लेक्रॉइक्स भी, लेकिन अगेन ही इज अ ब्रिलियंट काइंड ऑफ पर्सपेक्टिव. Nice, seems Tuchel got what he wanted, but not overall. I would say he wanted a midfielder as well. It's pretty clear in his press conference, लेकिन लग रहा नहीं आ रहे midfielder. वो कौन से फोटोज यार? कोई नहीं. सैफ को बिग अप यार, आपको बिग अप एब्सोल्युटली सैफ भाई, मेंबर ऑफ ऑलमाइटी ब्लूज एससी यार, काफी अच्छा लगता है ऑलवेज. एंड यस सैफ, आपके लिए भी है क्वेश्चन बिफोर यस वी आर गोइंग टू एंड द स्ट्रीम इन अ फ्यू मिनट्स, बट बिफोर गोइंग डू लेट अस नो जो लोग नहीं किए भाई, व्हिच हैज बीन योर साइनिंग ऑफ द ट्रांसफर विंडो, एंड जब हम लाइव होने वाले ऑन ऑलमाइटी स्पोर्ट्स प्लस इन मिडनाइट, व्हाट डू यू थिंक इज गोइंग टू बी द ट्रांसफर जो होने वाला है एट दैट डेडलाइन आवर? लेट मी नो दैट इन द चैट. मेसी और रोनाल्डो एंड एम्बापे और हालैंड, आंसर बोथ. समर्थ पहले ही बोल दिया आंसर बोथ भाई, आई डोंट वांट यू टू बी इन सूप. समर्थ थैंक्स यार, और क्या बोल सकता हूँ, लेकिन सिंपली पुट यू नो व्हाट, आई वुड से मेसी रोनाल्डो जो किया है ना इतने सारे साल के लिए, आई डोंट थिंक इट्स पॉसिबल टू रिपीट इट. लेकिन अगेन आई माइट बी प्रूवन रॉन्ग, लेट्स सी. In a few minutes, I am updating on Chelsea. I am checking the midfield situation. Wow. गुरविंदर शेयर कर रहे हैं. Let's see, man. मतलब मैं खोल कर ही रखा हूँ. I was hoping to cover little bit news, and I know Ajax ने साइन किया है नया प्लेयर, फिर भी एडसन अल्वारेज ने यार Ajax का थोड़ा सा, आई थिंक उनके एक और प्लेयर है बाय द वे. ये मुझे माइकल से पूछना था. मुझे आई नो दैट मी एंड माइकल बोथ काइंड ऑफ फॉलो डच फुटबॉल, बट आई थिंक ही वुड नो दिस प्लेयर बेटर. Because I know that he's a fan of that player in particular. तो ये है एक प्लेयर, मैं दिखाता हूँ. मैं I don't know what's his name, Kudus, I forget his name. Ajax का है बंदा. I think he is someone who is basically also going on strike कि भाई ट्रेनिंग नहीं करूंगा मैं. तो that might be a thing. That's why maybe वो एडसन अल्वारेज को भी नहीं जाना चाह रहे हैं ना. That is what I'm saying. मोहम्मद कुडूस, ये ही इज अ गानायन मिडफील्डर. ठीक है, मोहम्मद कुडूस जो है काफी अच्छे प्लेयर है, एंड फॉर मी he is also linked to some clubs, और ये जाना चाह रहे थे, and that is why he was not training, and that is why maybe Ajax are not letting this guy go. Okay, let me see. Everton, okay, Everton और मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड के साथ लिंक हुए थे कल मोहम्मद कुडूस. इंटरेस्टिंग दैट. अगेन Everton, they've not done so well in transfer market, but I think overall they have just about managed it in my opinion. देखते हैं, I think they'll survive. क्या बोलते हो? रोनाल्डिनियो काका, यार रोनाल्डिनियो द बेटर प्लेयर ओवरऑल, काका मेरे टीम में, सिंपल एज दैट. जो मैंने सेम दिया था, माल्डिनी द बेटर प्लेयर ओवरऑल, टेरी इन माय टीम, गिवन अ चॉइस, आइडियली बोथ. वॉटफोर्ड, ओके नहीं, बाय द वे जॉ पेड्रो एवर्टन को मना कर दिया भाई वॉटफोर्ड, तो जॉ पेड्रो इज स्टेइंग. ओके, आरएलसी और ट्रेंट, यू मीन रीस और ट्रेंट. ओके, you know what, the way England play, I think probably these two suits them better. Lekin I think Trent, if they are going for the back, I would go Trent, yes, क्योंकि he's played that for Liverpool. Hi to AD, कैसे हो भाई? Hope you're well. Arpan, big up to you as well. Shout out for a Barca channel. But AD, how do you feel about Aubameyang coming to Chelsea, and of course Alonso coming to Barcelona? Bellerin looks like coming to Barcelona. Big up to Matata United. Lot of news we have covered from the last 2.5 hours. We are live. Don't you think Chelsea would have gone for Neymar? PSG was looking. You know what? मैंने तो बताया था. By the way, Matata United, I don't think that De Jong is going to go to Manchester United, but there is news that Laporta is in Manchester, so things might change. They are heating up, as you know. The news always is in transfer news, so we'll be live on Almighty Sports Plus. But in terms of Chelsea, we are doing still going for Alvarez, Edson Alvarez. That is. Hopefully, Ajax changes stance in a few hours. Looks like they're not going to do that. Abhishek asks you, don't you think Chelsea would have gone for Neymar? PSG was looking to offload him, and he's still in Neymar who can change the game. You know, Neymar Any day of the week, I'll take him. I don't know, people saying I don't want Neymar, I don't understand, to be honest. Yes, he brings a baggage. Yes, birthdays and all that. I know all that. Lekin bhai, Neymar is Neymar. On skill, he's top 4 players in the world, I would say. Okay, mere signing for this season, Todd Burley. Oh, nice one. Baresi or Nesta? Well, I would go for Nesta because I watched him play more. Simple as that. That's the only reason. Naito, obviously, Baresi is an all-time, Italian, legend of the highest order. Ankit bhai, we should have gone Edson long time ago, not so late. वो ये हमारे पास इतने इंजरीज नहीं थे, इतने सस्पेंशंस नहीं थे, और इतना हगा नहीं था हमने प्री सीजन में कंपेयर टू दिस. दैट्स द ओनली रीजन मैं देख रहा हूँ. रिएक्टिव एंड वी आर नॉट प्रोएक्टिव. चलने वाली है क्या स्ट्रीम टिल ट्रांसफर क्लोजेस? हाँ, ये वाली नहीं, बट वी आर गोइंग टू बी स्टार्टिंग ऑन ऑलमाइटी स्पोर्ट्स प्लस. Again, we might do for a couple of hours, like this stream on Almighty Sports Plus. Starting, if I'm not wrong, we'll start there around कितने 11 बजे शुरू करें? 11:30 बजे शुरू करते. चलो 11:30 बजे, पौने 12 बजे, मतलब before midnight we'll start there on Almighty Sports Plus, hopefully. But I'm going on a stream to talk football HD here at 9:30. इसलिए I'm not continuing this stream. Frankie de Jong will stay at Barcelona amid Chelsea interest. Yeah, that was expected. RLC is rumored logistic, but I don't think you can compare Trent and RLC. Na? That's why I thought that the questions reached James bhai. So because Trent और RLC को कैसे compare करोगे? RLC तो right wing back भाई 4 games खेला है बस. How can you compare Trent with him? So definitely, I think the question was mistakenly put. I believe. लेकिन RLC, I would not say he's England level again. I don't think so. उन्हें करना है ज़्यादा. Would you give Bakayoko a chance if we don't do a DM? No, we don't. We don't give Bakayoko a second chance. Simple as that. No is the answer. Simple as that. आपको पता है, the game against Watford and even recent years, he's not been that player anymore. जो मोनाको में थे. Frankie de Jong, yeah, looks like it. Absolutely, Neymar is a gem. PSG ruined him. Like, well, let's see. Okay, PayPal. Okay, I got it now. What is saying? Now I got it. Fair enough. चलो भाई, much love. Again, मैं देख रहा हूँ यहाँ पर midfielder का कुछ आया है कि नहीं आया. And yes, it's close to 9 p.m. So I have to have dinner and then move to Talk Football HD. But we'll be back on Almighty Sports Plus पे. और मैं यहाँ पे देखने वाला भाई कितने आ गए हैं likes और कितने subscriptions बढ़ गए. Hopefully we have a lot of them. And yes, people, always helps. Again, shout out to all the members. And yes, members, now the transfer window is over. I know Champions League शुरू होने वाला है. We'll try and do something for members in this or next week maximum. ठीक है. और सब लोग members, एक request है भाई, मैं जब मेंबर कम्युनिटी में डालता हूँ मैसेज, यार सब लोग मैसेज कर दिया करो, चाहे कुछ भी मैसेज हो, ठीक है, मैसेज कर दिया करो, सो दैट आई हैव अ कम्युनिकेशन. और आइडियली आई वुड आल्सो लाइक टू हैव योर members. I would like to have your what do you say, one contact, be it a Instagram handle or a Twitter handle or maybe even WhatsApp number, whatever it is. If you're comfortable, do DM me with your contact so that we can always be the best way. Discord server नीचे link, always do that. Absolutely. Wow, 191, nice one. No problem, Manu. See you later. बिल्कुल have liked. बिल्कुल same with you people. But मैं यहाँ पे before going, I'm just trying to make sure that I don't miss that last element जो in terms of basically हो सकता है transfers. Yeah, Frankie de Jong का आ गया भाई. He stays. Final confirmation आ गया. Mr. Fabricio से भी आ गया है. तो भाई पूरे समर में हमें नचाया है. I know खुद ने नहीं नचाया, but you know what I mean, right? So Frankie de Jong, क्या बोलोगे? He's staying. Simple as that. Good for Barca, but salary का क्या? I'm just thinking, what about the salary? Or are they able to afford the salary now? Or what about the जो pending था, जो debt था? I don't know. Kind of weird. लेकिन भाई Nottingham Forest 21st? Are you serious? पागल हो गए Nottingham Forest. Absolutely madness, bro. It's madness. भाई इतने सारे प्लेयर्स का नाम याद रखने में मुश्किल है. नॉटिंघम फॉरेस्ट खुद को ही, प्लेयर्स और मैनेजर को. यूसीएल फैंटेसी बिल्कुल करेंगे, लेकिन हाँ याद दिला दिया तो अच्छा किया अभी आपने, हमने करना है. बट अगेन हाँ, अलग से स्ट्रीम शायद नहीं करेंगे. विल बी डूइंग लिटिल बिट ऑफ टॉक इन द प्रीव्यू एज वेल दैट विल बी डूइंग फॉर यूसीएल. लेकिन हाँ, मैं खेलता था हमेशा. देखते हैं. Absolutely, definitely do यार, बात करेंगे. And of course, not just members man, even for everyone जो subscribers है, do not forget to subscribe. There's an FPL going on, so yes, FPL definitely अच्छा चल रहा है अभी. Hopefully everyone is making changes. मेरा अच्छा नहीं चल रहा, वो अलग बात है. यहाँ पर लेट्स सी यार, अभी मैच चल रहा है, देख ही रहा था मैच साथ साथ में, लेकिन अगेन विल बी डिस्कसिंग दैट ऑन ऑलमाइटी स्पोर्ट्स प्लस. आई बिलीव इट, मैं तो बोलूंगा इट विल प्रोबेबली बी, I know there's a lot of going on, a lot of banter going on, लेकिन in my opinion probably it'll be Sri Lanka. Will be Sri Lanka in my opinion. अरे thanks यार. Okay, we have a new member in the house, Abhishek. Thanks for becoming a member. और yes, यहाँ पर ये भी बोलना चाहूंगा, not just doing activities, there is the prediction league. So prediction league में भी I know that अभी के लिए खाली EPL के लिए कर रहे हैं for members, but there will be also UCL predictions. और वहाँ अभी shout out बनता है तो मेसी आज स्ट्रीम पर नहीं आया भाई. तौफिक, Messi is not come on the streak. He is leading on the average score per week. So you can always enter the prediction league. मैं usually I message on the morning of the first kickoff of the match, right? लेकिन you can always do score predictions for that game week of EPL or be it UCL in a DM or anything like that as well. Funny. Okay. Interesting, nice. मैं तो लिया ही नहीं हूँ. Talk about that. Interesting. Wow, ये सच है क्या पता नहीं यार, ऐसी as a pun I guess. I'm pretty sure. पता नहीं, कोई नहीं. But anyway, everyone, come on, let's hope for a few more transfers so that we have a lot more to talk on Almighty Sports Plus. Come 11:45 p.m. tonight. Lekin before that, shout out banta hai to Talk Football HD. We are going live, and of course later on, past midnight, I believe Baba is also live. So let's actually join जितना हो सके. लेकिन अभी के लिए भाई everyone, again जो आए हैं लेट, लाइक कर दीजिए स्ट्रीम. डू नॉट फॉरगेट टू सब्सक्राइब टू दिस चैनल एज वेल एज ऑलमाइटी स्पोर्ट्स प्लस. रिमाइंडर कर दिए, और वो कैसे करेंगे? by hitting that bell notification icon. I have to have my dinner, and then I'll see you on Talk Football HD at 9:30 and 11:45 को हम मिलेंगे Almighty Sports Play. Definitely there's a lot more coming on. Wow, interesting that why something interesting coming from Barca always. I have to say that. Again, much love to everyone being here, and till next time, take care. It's just a couple of hours that we'll see you on Almighty Sports Plus. Bye.